At last, the sun is shining in Western Australia, and we welcome you to Mineral Resources Park for round 19 of the 2021 OPTUS WAFL Premiership season. And even though the final five has been set, teams within that and outside still have a lot to play for. Perth are looking to avoid their 9th straight loss and, more importantly, the wooden spoon. And they are taking on the third place Claremont, who after losses to East Perth and Subiaco are in danger of dropping out of the double chance bracket. So importance riding for both teams this afternoon. In the last 10 games between these sides, they've had alternate victories, with the Tigers the last team to notch up a win against them in round 3 of this year. The Tigers have not had consecutive wins against the Demons since the 2012-13 season, so it is going to be important for Claremont from their point of view to get another win on the board against the Perth side, who have been disappointing to say the least. Perth are the lowest scoring team in the 2021 season with only 899 points in total, but in contrast are the third best tackling team with 886 behind South Fremantle and Subiaco. Perth have a few key players back after missing last week's loss to East Perth. They got Christian Carey, Christian Ears, and also Jai Clark back in the squad. Carey's return at half forward will be crucial for the Demons. Claremont's chances rocked this week with the suspension of Kane Mitchell, and that's the cup they'll be playing for, the Pike Cup, named in honour of the father and son Frank and Don Pike. Frank, a legendary sports scientist with the University of WA, and Don Pike, what a champion he was with the West Coast Eagles, with premierships in 1992 and 1994. It is going to be a sensational outing for these two teams and also for the crowd here today, and live everywhere around the world on Front Row Screen Sport. We'll have the opening bounce in just a few minutes. Luke Worthington will join me after the break as well for this all-important round 19 clash, where Perth are aiming to avoid the wooden spoon and Claremont seeking to get back into the double chance.
Today, we'll make sure the Millers pick the car they need and that they get a great deal. And when Abby's old enough to drive, we'll look after her too. Contact us today at Newtown Toyota. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Welcome back to Mineral Resources Park for our round 19 match of the day on Front Row Screen Sport. The Demons looking to have their first win in 9 weeks, and Claremont, who are in third place and looking to stay alive in that fight for a top 2 finish and a home qualifying final. Paul Persick with you in the commentary box, and as always, it's a great pleasure to have your company. And alongside me is the slick operator himself, Luke Worthington. Luke, a very good afternoon to you. It's going to be a great game for both these sides. A lot riding on this round.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Yeah, a lot riding on this round. Claremont really looking to secure that top 2 spot. A shock loss today really would put them in a bit of trouble trying to get that double chance. And Perth, always a lot to play for, and they've proven they can be a surprise package over the years.
They certainly can be. Of course, they've had big wins over Peel Thunder and South Fremantle earlier this year, but their form largely has been disappointing. Claremont, these last 2 weeks are ones that they want to put behind them very quickly. They had losses to East Perth and Subiaco, but against a side like Perth, they'd be heavily fancied, even though the big news of the week from their point of view was Kane Mitchell being suspended for 2 weeks for his incident last week against Subiaco, so that'll dent Claremont slightly. Yeah,
puts a dent in them a little bit. I think that, you know, this game is going to be massive for them today. And there he is on the screen, Jacob Connellio, key contributor for Perth, averaging 18 disposals, 4.5 marks a game, gets a few tackles a game as well, always pumping the ball inside 50. So going to be really looking for a big performance from him today.
He's going to be crucial around the half-back line and in the centre as well. As we have a look at his numbers there, like you said, he averages around 18 disposals, so he can get a lot of it when he's on his best day. But he's going to be a big vital asset for Perth. But what's also going to be important is their supply from the midfield into their attack, because their midfield has been dented one by one during the season ahead. Claremont, what about them? They got the likes of Declan Hardesty. Hasn't he been magnificent? Under 12 disposals on average this season, and he's massive in the tackling department. He averages around 3 per game. The team lineups thanks to Hungry Jacks, and of course the big in is Christian Carey. He'll be starting on centre half forward. Fontaine and Richardson are back in the side. Those are big ins for the Demons.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, they've got Kane LaFontaine debuting today.
That's right.
He's going to be absolutely crucial to them. I spoke to Gary Moss before the game. He mentioned that he was debuting and said, you know, he's going to be looking for a really big performance from him and the other young guys.
Brent Edmonds also playing in his 100th game, so congratulations to Brent as we go over to the Claremont lineup now. And of course, it is all sponsored by Hungry Jacks. Of course, without Kane Mitchell, their midfield is going to have to be relied upon by Bolton, and also Declan Mountford, who has also been a key contributor for the Tigers. But also in that forward line, they've got a few young guns in there as well. Tim House, he kicked 4 goals last week. Guelphy, Miller and Alexander Manuel will be leading the forward charge.
I spoke to Ashley Prescott before the game about their array of kicking options they have inside 50. They're leading the league in goals, have 5 players in the top 15, and they only have 1 in the top 5. So they've spreaded the load with their scoring. And Ashley Prescott, he commented on the use of Tim House and having that big target up forward.
And of course, he'll look for another bag today. Will big Tim House in his only his second game of football for the Claremont side, his 3rd game rather. Just before we get into the opening bounce, Luke, who's your tip for today?
I've got Claremont taking this one, but you know, with the Perth Demons, you just never know.
Claremont for me in this one by about 4 goals, but Perth, they'll look to put on a fight in front of their home crowd in what is going to be a very important game as we get underway for round 19 of the OPTUS WAFL season. The Demons up against the Tigers. The Demons get the first tap out. In dispute in the centre circle. Hard tackling being applied early. It's cleared out of the centre square. Mountford. First kick into their attacking zone, and they'll gain about 35 metres, but it'll go over the line for a throw-in. Scoreboard thanks to great partners at Westrel. Thank them for coming on board this season for all the Demons home games. And it is going to be about 55 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Reid and Miller. Reid gathers, gets caught in the tackle by Mountford. They're wanting holding the ball. Gathered by Fisher, has nowhere to go. Mountford providing a strong tackle and getting a round of applause from his Tigers teammates. And the umpire will say, give it to me. Let us know where you're watching from, anywhere around the football world, as Miller takes it out of the ruck. The hand pass comes out. Claremont have the numbers around the football. Miller was one of them. Got the hand pass out to Rogers. He goes around the corner. It half volleys one of the Demons players. Gathered by Buller. He gets caught in the tackle. The hand pass comes out. Over the top to England. He's close. Gets out of strife. Hand pass intended for Mountford. Outside attacking 50. At ground level is Carter. Snaps back to the hot spot. Good pressure being applied by the Demons defence. Roving it well. Here's Perkisic, and he gets the short pass out and finds his Demons teammate in Carey, who's pushed back onto the half-back line and will get the Demons going. He kicks down the line, 1-on-1. Perkisic no mark. In fact, he'll get the free kick. It's going to be Giblet. In fact, no, it's going to be Claremont who will take the free kick. Jacob Blight, he's going to switch up the play now. Finds Hardesty, and they're going to go around the bullseyes. Lucy. He's in his 49th game. He'll play number 50 in round 21. And the Tigers through Declan Hardesty, who we mentioned is going to be valuable on the half-back line. Take the ball. He's going to kick towards a target. It's an ambitious one, and the Demons will get a move on quickly. The hand pass comes out to Gray. Penetrating kick towards half-forward. 2-on-1. Spoil from behind. To the path of Lucy. Needs a kind bounce. He's caught in a strong tackle. Umpire's wanting a free. Umpire's looking to pay that, but he's not. He's going to say, give it to me. Looked to holding the ball almost there, but the umpire will say, give it to me. 2.5 minutes gone on the Westrel scoreboard. Perth up against Claremont here at Lathlane Park.
So a ball up inside 50. Hands go up for it. Clearing kick by Claremont. Dribbles out to the wing just before it reached House. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Or no, it's going to be paid deliberate on that occasion. So they have followed that interpretation of the rule quite closely this year as Perth pump it inside 50. Big pack goes up. Claremont get first drop of it. Hard tackle taken to ground. Player gets wrapped up and inside their 50. A ball up in Perth's favour. Tap goes down. They got first use of it. Ball spilling around, cleared out of there by Rogers, just at the pain of 50. Ball hits the deck. Perth have a couple of numbers surrounding the footy. Wrapped up hard in a tackle. Had Rushford in support. Getting pinballed around a bit, a snap around by Quill, didn't get all of it. Cleared nicely out of there by Claremont. One-on-one contest on the wing, running towards it, Connellio. Gets up and spins beautifully out of the attempted tackle, but unfortunately, the intercept mark will be taken on the far side by House. Inboard kick, taken in by Guelphy. He's stopping and looking for options. Claremont's first chance to properly go forward is going to be an intercept mark. Taken by the Demons as the kick goes across for Quill. Quill gets hands off, it's Corey Byrne. Kicking it out, he finds Fisher, one of the key players in their lineup today. Been a victim of their injuries, but he'll get to settle in on the wing. A victim of their injuries in a positional sense, having to move around. Rogers with the footy, kicks it inside, 51-on-1 contest, and it just avoided Buller.
I've liked the way Perth have moved the ball so far in this first quarter, the way they've been able to kick to open space where targets are roaming free on the attacking side of centre, but the way Claremont are pushing the Demons back through their forward pressure has also been impressive. Boundary throw in, about 40 metres out from the goal. Tap comes out to Buller. He gets caught in a good tackle. LaFontaine opens things up now. Sinclair. Kick outside, defensive 50. Running to the back is Edmonds, the Centurion. Beautiful sidestep. Goes looking for Carey on the half volley. Carey's got a target. Inside forward 50, it's a disappointing kick. Unable to take the mark. The Demons have got the forward pressure going, but well done by Barton. Hand pass comes out. Claremont have got the numbers at the back. Barton gets it back. He'll kick down the line. It's a disappointing one. They're looking for the free kick. Brogan Henry, close to the boundary line, gets himself out of strife and finds Davis. Davis is going to go back to the corridor, and that's a good kick. The hand pass from McPartland, releasing a teammate. The kick beautifully smothered there by Spivey. Hand pass comes out. The tackle being applied, a strong one by Baldwin. Ball not going anywhere further. There's a holding on. Free kick will go the Tigers' way. Advantage is paid. Barton goes back inboard. Spivey on the half volley. Kicks towards the attacking 50. One-on-one. Buller couldn't take the mark. Good gather by England, but he's taken down by Taylor. They're wanting holding the ball. Umpire saying no. It's going to be inside Claremont's attacking 50. Barton was able to follow that free kick, take the advantage and run to space. But just caught napping at the moment. Buller, it's the tap out, but LaFontaine, good gather. McPartland releases Taylor. Switches up the play to the path of Edmonds, just needs to sit. And he takes himself over the line for a throw-in. Goal's hard to come by this early going in this game. On the Westrel scoreboard, no score as of yet. At the 6.5 minute mark. Been a game of pressure early on here at Lathlane. Reid, two-handed tap at the front, but there's a free kick. And Reid will take it for the Demons on the defensive side of centre.
So the hands go off, pumped down the line, big pack converging on the footy, fist hit it over the top, running onto it now Perth, they have it inside their 50, kick across and couldn't find the intended target in Reid. Claremont now trying to escape the back line, kick went out to Lynn, who chips it, and it just went through the hands of Patmore. Good job breaking up the play there by the Demons.
It was a fine spoil from behind from Connellio. He was the one that put Patmore under pressure because Patmore started to get the ball into his front position, but Connellio's defensive pressure really stopped Patmore right in his tracks.
So a boundary throw in, the top of 50 for Perth. Tap one down, nearly into the hands of Lim. Ball hits the deck. Players fighting for it and fighting for it. Almost managing to break free the Demons as the ball spills out to Fisher. Tried to push it inside 50. Rogers got a hand to it. Fisher again. Big tackle on Lim. In the contest now, clearing it. Perkisic. Ball high inside 50. Hit the deck, took a big bounce. Trying to run onto it now. And it looks like Claremont nearly out of trouble
free
here.
Kick.
And a free kick is going to be paid
for a throw.
And Perth, a snapshot on goal.
It'll be Christian Carey that'll take the free kick.
Yeah, for their first attempt of the afternoon. So Carey, he's been big for them all season. A very tough angle here to open the scoring.
He's going to have to give it everything, Christian Carey, because this is a very difficult angle.
Players love practicing these at training. Let's see if it pays off. Here's Carey. Goes for the drop punt. And it looks very good. Carey opens the scoring for the Demons. They lead 1 goal and at 6. And Claremont still at 0.
Just reward for some great work in defence by the Demons, but also backed up by their forward pressure inside their forward 50, as we see on the KCA Site Services replay. From the boundary line, just pinpoint accuracy by Carey. His return is paying early dividends, Luke, and Perth very excited to have him back in the side because he's a good player up forward, and when he gets those goals, Perth, more often than not, get a good run going.
One of their big targets that they've been using all season, and a crucial goal in this contest, Paul.
Certainly is. Still in the early minutes here. It'll be Reid and Miller to restart things as Perth draw first blood here at Lathlane. Reid loses out to Miller. McPartland overruns it. The hand pass out to Edwards. Caught in the tackle. Now Rogers is going to switch up the play. However, the umpire's blown a whistle. It's a free kick going the way of Brodie Gray for an indiscretion off the ball. And he'll take it alongside the centre circle. He's got McPartland on left half forward, but he elects to go straight to the corridor. Players fly. Oh, what a mark! Richardson high above the back. And Richardson will go for a shot of the Demons' second, as we see on the replay, Luke.
Yeah, we can see him pump it inside 50 there. Comes in, breaks up the pack. He was the third man in that contest. Managed to get his hands over the top. And big thanks to his teammate there for setting him up.
Richardson could cap off his good work here. From 40 metres out, drop punt on its way, and it's across the face for a behind. The Demons leading 1-1-7 to Claremont. No score on the Westrel scoreboard, and bringing it back into play is Pearce, who is back in the side this week. He's going to go for the short pass out to left half back and find Hardesty. Goes back to Pearce. Short pass again. They're going for the chip and run game here. Rushford on left half back. Off the side of the boot, and it's going to go only as far as LaFontaine. Had attack at the fumbles, but he got the hand pass out as soon as he got over the line for a boundary throw-in. Demons having it locked in inside their attacking half. They've started well. Claremont, what they have to do is play that man-to-man style, but at the moment, it's just not working for them. Tap comes out to Edwards. Claremont have the numbers out the front of the football. Spivey couldn't get the hand pass out. He's taken over the line by McPartland. And we'll have a throw-in. The crowd really soaking things up. They turn on a great crowd here at Lathlane Park. Every home game. The Red Leg Army really happy with their side's performance so far. They're looking for their first win since round 8. Buller out in front, gets the tap out. It comes out to Spivey. It's an up and under kick. Not going to gain any distance. Good gather by Byrne. Dangerous kick, but it's a fine mark. They're wanting 50. Nicholas, he's wanting 50, but not going to get it. They're going to switch it round the bullseyes now to the path of Taylor. Couldn't take control. Barton gathers onto the left foot. Goes in towards Mountford. No mark. Ed Nicholas rising to the occasion. Snaps round the corner into space. It's going to be close to the boundary line. Well played by Pearce, getting the hand pass out. Claremont linking up to Edwards. Edwards towards left half forward. Great mark there by House. He's outside the 50. He's got Rogers in the goal square, but he's going to go for it himself, I reckon, here, Luke. He's a big kick. He kicked 4 last week, and it can be a valuable target up forward. Yeah, he's going to trust himself from here. We know that he can kick these big goals. He's a big player and one of the targets up forward that they've been looking for all season. In his second game now, and he's exactly what they've needed. Tim House from on the 50. Gives it everything he's got. It's not going to make the distance. At the top of the goal square, fine mark at fullback. LaFontaine in his first game of football.
LaFontaine making an impact early. This is going to be his 4th disposal in only his first 13 minutes of league footy, so playing really well back there so far. So the kick makes its way through to Connellio. Going to stop and look for options. Floats the kick out for Avery. Switching it across, he went in the direction of LaFontaine. Gets hands to it, and he's going to have to safely take it over the boundary while he was wrapped up by Rushford.
That was well done by Rushford there. He sensed the opportunity that the kick was only a half volley for LaFontaine. Needed to pick that one up, and Rushford went for the tackle right away. That's what Claremont have to do, is push themselves forward and congest that forward line. So
a boundary throw in. The Rucks go up for it. Nearly getting a hand down was Buller, missed them both. Handball nearly went out for McPartland. Ball spilling around, collected, clearing it out was Connellio. Ball's kicked into open space. Running onto it nicely was Davis. Couldn't quite get all of it. Getting a handball out was England. Wrapped up in a tackle, Taylor. And the umpire's going to have to collect it one more time.
We're expecting plenty of goals early on in this game, but it's turned out to be a real arm wrestle with Perth having the only advantage.
The tap was won down by the Demons. Running onto it now, they chip it forward and it'll trickle over the boundary line before it got to Stubbs.
Claremont players were looking for deliberate there, but to no avail. But the way Perth have started to open things up around the contest leaves Claremont with a lot of work to do.
Ball goes back in. Buller gets front position and tapped over the back by Giblet, but there's going to be a free kick paid for holding the man. Giblet will take it. So now the big ruckman looking for options. Down the line, and a strong mark taken near the boundary. Needed to get all of that, did Oscar Bird. Oh, and they're going to say that the mark hadn't been taken before he ran out of bounds.
It was over the line. The umpire was in the right spot to make that decision. So a fair call from that. Bird a bit unlucky, I have to say, because that was a really good mark.
Unlucky for Bird. So they're going up for it again. Buller won it down. Running straight onto it was Rogers, and he gets wrapped up hard in a tackle. Ball spills out. Lim tried to clear it, bouncing over the top. Barton nearly brought it in. Miller nearly had it. Perth player getting wrapped up in the tackle. Umpire will have to have it one more time. Sinclair was right in the middle of that. Guelphy on the deck as well. Tap one down by Buller. Lim collecting it. Kicks it towards 50. Stopped right before in its tracks. Ball spilling around, trying to be collected by Davis. And it went out, and a big tackle. And it's going to be paid as pushing the back.
Free kick will be taken by the Tigers. The hand pass comes out from Spivey to Rogers. Lim at the back of the goal square, no mark. Umpire calls play on. Players hovering over the football, but Edmonds, good pick up. And it'll be Quill clearing out of the defensive 50, over the head of Reed. Hardesty looking to go out to Rogers, but unfortunately beats them both over the line. It'll be a throw-in. And it's on the attacking side of centre for Claremont. They've still got a little leeway going for them at the moment. They've had the ball locked in their forward zone for the last few minutes without any reward on the scoreboard. Good tap out to Lim. Kicks around the corner. It's a 2-on-2. Running back. Good read to the drop of the ball there was Miller. He shoots towards goal, and Miller gets the long-awaited response. For the Tigers, Miller, he ran to the back of the pack and was able to gather himself on the right foot for a well-earned goal. And Claremont, they go to 1 goal straight to Perth 117 on the Westrel scoreboard as we go to the KCA replay. Luke, good reading here by Miller.
Really good, saw where the ball was going to drop, got to the back of the pack, beautifully shaped kick as well towards the face of goal, just managed to sneak it in. And yeah, like you said, Paul, the long-awaited response. 17 minutes 40 has been played. Claremont getting on the board for the first time. Low-scoring game in pretty perfect conditions. So these teams playing really hard at the contest.
They certainly are, and you know, with the ground in perfect condition as well, there's not going to be any excuses for any efforts today in this game. Beautiful conditions at last for about 5 weeks now. We've had overcast and wet conditions, but finally the sun's out on this Saturday afternoon. Reed gets the tap out. It comes out to Rogers, and Claremont are away. Rogers kicks towards the attacking 50. No mark taken. Good pick up there by Davis. Davis gets bundled out by England. Rogers and Bolton. House. Hand pass comes out. Good pick up by Mountford. Look away handball if you don't mind. Avery linking up with Sanderson. Hand pass comes over the top. Here's Byrne. His kick is a disappointing one. Out of bounds on the full. And the Tigers will take it. As it'll be Hardesty who will take the kick. He's got players on the outer side, but he's looking to go down the line more likely. Goes back inboard. Finds Spivey. Plays on immediately. It kicks towards the hot spot. And a fine mark taken by Buller. Just the way they're moving it from the stoppage, Luke, is that's the Claremont that we've wanted to see this season. And after these 2 straight losses, they're starting to click back into gear.
We'll see it here on the replay. There's the kick inside 50 by Spivey, but it was all about the build-up play that got the ball through to Buller. And this is within his range. Very slight angle. And we'd be backing him from here, I'd say, Paul.
Well, he's only on a slight angle, and he'll kick from 45 metres out. This for the Tigers second. And I think you put the mockers on him, were though? It's a behind. But the scores are level now as we're approaching the 20-minute mark of this opening quarter, thanks to Westrel. 1 goal, 1 apiece.
Davis with the footy to clear it out from fullback. Stops and reassesses his options. Claremont defensive grid set up quite nicely into a big contest. Ball bounced over the back. Taking it in was Baldwin, wrapped up hard in a tackle. Umpire's going to have this one just underneath our commentary position. Perth have been solid, taking it to Claremont at the contest this afternoon. What can they do from here? Ball trickled out to Mountford. Kicked it to the top of 50. Trying to run to it, England, but Perth collecting the footy now. Davis kicks it out to the wing. Running onto it is Taylor. Wrapped up in a tackle by Lim, but they're going to get the better of it now, Perth. Kicking it through the corridor, and a good mark taken in by Giblet. Kick inside 50, running onto it, Stubbs. Ball took a bounce. And now Carter trying to bring it in, wrapped up hard in a tackle, and a free kick is going to be paid for the Demons.
Fine effort from Stubbs there, not only to follow up after that spoiled mark, but with a solid tackle, he just didn't stop in his attack of the football.
Stubbs to kick it inside 50. Players going up for it. Big spoil by Blight. Ball trickles out almost to the wing, and an intercept mark taken by Stubbs. Kicks it across, and the mark's taken in by McPartland.
Beautiful vision but there by Stubbs. He was looking for those targets inside forward 50, and that's what Perth can do against Claremont. They've got those avenues to goal, as we see on the replay here. It came out to Stubbs and immediately lowered the eyes to find McPartland. Beautiful vision by Stubbs, and this will be a reward for the Demons' hard work.
Connor McPartland has just sprayed it to the right-hand side. So unfortunate there. A couple of wasted opportunities in front of goal for Perth. They're really going to be wanting to punish the Tigers at points like that. They're going to need every point they can get. This team can really turn it on. Ball pumped out from the back line for Claremont. Mark was nearly taken in by Patmore. Ball spilt out and was pumped back inside 50 by Perth. Collected and taken in by Quill, who gets cleaned up. Managed to get rid of the footy in time. Ball still spilling around for Perth. They've done a good job here. Quill tried to kick it in. The smother was made. Davis has the footy. Left foot kick could be an option here, and the mark's taken in. A beautiful play by the Demons will set them right up in front of goal.
That was a fine mark down at full forward, and it was taken in by Stubbs again.
That took it.
Well, he's starting to really make a serious impact in the Demons. No, it wasn't paid.
Oh, no, not paid. Okay.
Wasn't paid.
So we continue. A ball up in the Demons' 50. Ball hits the deck. Nearly made it out of there. Sprayed by Giblet. Ball taken in. Mountford spilling around. And umpire's going to have it again.
Feels like a bit of a noise of affirmation here, Matt Mineral Resources Park, as it is back in the Demons forward 50. We've played 23 minutes in this. Miller gets the tap out. Edwards bundled out. McPartland quickly puts boot to ball. Richardson in front of the goal square. Spoil from behind. The Tigers now under pressure again. Out of defensive 50. Punched away by Brogan Henry. Back with the football. The Demons come out with it. LaFontaine. Brogan Henry loops it over the top. And the umpires play a free kick for high tackle. Advantage is paid. They go out to Edmonds, and he takes a mark running back. Edmonds in his 100th game. He'll look to put the Demons 7 points in front as we go to the replay. The setup came from Sinclair. And Luke, again, just the way the Demons are able to compose themselves early is a good sign that the Demons could go on with a strong opening quarter here.
And they're really going to be prioritising just one more goal before the quarter-time siren.
Edmonds from 35 puts it through.
Beautiful goal.
That's Perth's second, and the Centurion starts off his celebration on a positive note. Edmonds at the 24-minute mark puts the Demons 7 points in front over the Tigers, 2-2 to 1-1 on the Westrel scoreboard. We didn't expect this pre-game. We were talking off the air, Luke, how Claremont are a fast-starting side, but the Demons, they've really started well against the form book. Yeah, look, when I spoke to Ashley Prescott, Claremont coach, down in the change rooms, I spoke to him about this ability to kind of come out of nowhere by the Demons. He said that he knows they're a dangerous side, and when they can play the game on their terms, they're as good as any side in the competition, and I think that rings true in what we've seen in this first term. But at the moment, it's Perth completely doing the opposite. They're playing the game on their terms and not giving Claremont any easy chance inside that forward 50. And we'll have another restart. It'll be Reid and Miller staring each other down as the umpire bounces the ball, and that will be called back. That bounce, very shaky indeed. 2-2 to 1-1 at the 26-minute mark here at Mineral Resources Park. A beautiful afternoon here in Perth. Can't get any better than this. Miller leaps high, gets the tap out. Claremont have got numbers round the football. One of them is Rogers. Great play by Rogers. Gets boot to ball towards the attacking 50. Demons looking to chew up the tempo here, and the tackle being made by Barton. The umpire says, give it to me. I'll contest about 55 from the Tigers' goal. Another one here would stem the momentum back the Tigers' way. Buller, hand pass comes out to Rushford. He kicks in ball towards the forward 50, but Avery recovered it well. Switches up the play to the path of Connellio. Just needs to sit. Gets it well. Good gather by Connellio. The hand pass comes out to LaFontaine. LaFontaine goes across the ground and finds Sinclair. Sinclair on the defensive side of centre. They'll transfer back into attack and find McPartland. Had himself a steady opening quarter. McPartland out wide. Finds Fisher. Fisher can link up now with Davis. He's going to go inboard, and that is a lovely kick. Beautiful finding mark. Carey. And just the way the Demons set up that ball, the chip and run style that they have done for much of the season. This time it worked from defence into attack, as we see on the replay. Davis just lowered the eyes, looked for that targeting Carey, and a good mark running back with the fly to the football. That's the ball movement that we should have been seeing from Perth all season. They've been brilliant so far this afternoon. Carey looking for his 23rd goal of the season, sitting on 22 goals, 14, and it will be a kick on the siren. And it'll be a timely goal if he can kick this one, because Perth have started off very well. So Christian Carey, he'll kick from about 50 metres, but he's backing himself here. He's going to have to, isn't he? He certainly will, after the siren. Carey. From just inside the 50, it's coming back, not far enough. And it is a behind, but a great start by the Demons. They start things off nicely, 2-3-15 to Claremont 1-1-7 here at Mineral Resources Park on this Saturday afternoon. Luke, they played the pressure game well, did the Demons. They were able to get physical at the contest. Claremont, they're just needing to open the play up a little more, because they're playing a little too direct and often kicking into Perth targets, leaking turnovers left, right and centre. Yeah, look, Perth, they've been all over Claremont, and I think the scoreboard tells the story. 5 set shots that Perth have had inside 50, and the score would look a lot different if it weren't just for a couple of those kicks going astray. So Perth really coming out and dominating one of the best sides in the competition. Perth have got the early advantage, 2-3-15, playing 1-1-7 here at Mineral Resources Park. After the break, all the quarter-time highlights thanks to Westrel, and also Luke Worthington's insight as well in that first quarter. As we look forward to the second here at Lath Lane, it is the Demons leading by 8 here on Front Row Screens.
Today, we'll make sure the Millers pick the car they need and that they get a great deal. And when Abby's old enough to drive, we'll look after her too. Contact us today at Newtown Toyota. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Welcome back to Mineral Resources Park on this sunny Saturday afternoon. Paul Persick and Luke Worthington with you for the big game between Perth and Claremont. And to many a surprise, the Demons have got an early 8-point lead, 2-3-15 to 1-1-7. And goals to Carey and Edmonds, and only 1 to Miller for the Tigers. Luke Worthington joining me in the commentary box. Luke, that was an even first quarter for much of it, and then when that late goal came in from Edmonds to give Perth the lead, they started to get on a bit of a tear, using more of the attacking play to their advantage, as we show you on the Westrel highlights.
These two teams have really had to scrap today, and you'd look at the conditions and would think it'd be a fast, free-flowing game. Has been anything but that. Really tough at the contest. Perth's work rate has been incredible this afternoon. This is a Perth that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. No wins since round 8, looking for their first in the last couple of months, and we can see them on the replay here playing beautifully as that kick was unfortunately turned over on that occasion, but this was the goal from Stubbs, a drop punt from a from Carey, a drop punt on an incredibly tight angle, and there's the kick inside 50 from Gray. And this was the mark over the back of the pack that was taken in by Richardson.
They're playing with a bit more confidence, I must say, in this opening quarter. Claremont in the last 3 weeks have taken their foot off the gas in ways. And, after what they did at quarter time last week against Subiaco, this is a completely different Claremont that we saw in that quarter, especially when you're up against a Perth side who are just as desperate to avoid the wooden spoon. That was their only glimmer of good in that opening quarter when the spoil came in and Buller ran to the front of the pack for the crumb and an easy goal. But when they got those entries inside 50, they got some good marks, but they weren't able to execute to full effect.
Yeah, and look, when I spoke to Gary Moss before the game, the Perth Demons coach, I said, what's required in general to go out there and beat a side like Claremont today? And he said they need to match them in their work rate and pressure at the contest, and they've gone out and done exactly that in this first term.
And then some, in some patches, especially when Perth have been able to open the play onto the outer side of the ground and get fast entries inside 50. And this was the goal that really kick-started that run in the final 6 minutes. Brent Edmonds in his 100th game today, originally from the Federals, and Connor McPartland. 9 possessions for him, Lukey, and what a sensational start he is having, and coming back into some true form at this late stage in the season. Yeah,
now that you say that, I'll take you through some of the disposal leaders. So he is leading the Demons with 9 disposals. He's taken in 3 marks, kicked it inside 50 twice as well. Jaden Quill sitting just behind him with 7, and then we've got 4 players tied on 6 disposals. Austin Davis, Brent Edmonds, Andrew Fisher, and Kane LaFontaine in his debut, stepping up and working for his side today. On the other side, Claremont, Bailey Rogers, he's been at the contest all day. 9 disposals, 3 inside 50s. Ben Edwards has 6, and so does Declan Hardesty. And Ryan Lim, Max Spivey with 5 has been solid today as well.
We'll take you around the grounds for 2 games that are being played as well. Subiaco and East Fremantle at Leederville Oval, and it's the Lions leading 4-5-29 to the Sharks 1-6-12, and Swan Districts out at Steel Blue Oval are putting the early sword to East Perth 6-2-38 to 1-2-8 in the first quarter. They are playing magnificent football, the Swan Districts, and of course there's another game tomorrow in the pre-derby clash, West Perth and the West Coast Eagles over at Provident Financial Oval in Joondalup before the big Western Derby coming up. Players gathering for the second quarter, and it'll be a vital 30 minutes coming up for Claremont because they were taken off their game. They haven't got it on their terms at the moment, especially with the way Perth are matching them in most areas, including the work rate and physical pressure. And so it'll be important for the Tigers to get first use of the football, be more efficient with it, and get the rewards on the scoreboard. And that's what Ashley Prescott would have said, linking to what you asked him post-game about taking on this Perth side, matching him in the work rate, getting physical and applying more of that pressure. So here we go. We're about to get things underway. Both sides eager to get that first score on the board in this round 19 clash. Wherever you may be watching across the world, we thank you for joining us for what is a beautiful day here in Perth, Mineral Resources Park, bathed in sunshine. And we certainly hope you're enjoying all our coverage so far. It'll be Quill and Miller to start things off. Perkisic and Edwards in a one-on-one. They'll start things off together by the centre circle. Big second quarter coming up. It is the Demons by 8 points as we get things going in the second quarter. Bounce favours Quill. Gets the tap out. Perkisic at ground level. Not going anywhere further. Good tackle applied by Miller. And what will the umpire say? He's gone, holding the ball. Good tackling pressure in the early goings by the Tigers, and the free kick will go Miller's way. Miller in his 5th league game. He's going to go to the hot spot at half forward. Numbers 3 for the Demons. Lim, a hand pass comes out to England. Edwards swings onto the right foot. Half volley kick towards right half forward when looking for Hardesty, and there's a heavy collision. Free kick will go the way of the Demons. That was a heavy collision.
That was a big knock that he took there.
And that was...
Glad to see him get up.
Well, he is okay. And it is Avery who will take the free kick on right half back. Towards left centre wing. Getting a fist on it there was Blight. Knocking it back Claremont's way. Ball comes out. Edwards, he's had plenty of it. Slung to ground. Blight, his hand pass immediately cut off by Byrne. Byrne's hand pass, where was that to? The Demons now got pressure of their own, and another free kick going the Tigers' way. It's on Spivey for a high tackle. And it's going to be from outside the 50. Spivey's got Rogers roaming free as a +1 inside 50, but he's going to go long. 2-on-1. Great mark! That mark by Buller. That's 2 good marks inside 50. And he'll have a shot for Claremont's first of the second quarter. As we see on the KCA Site Services replay. Luke, take us through this mark.
Beautiful job there in that one-on-one contest. And look at the way that Buller brought that in. Really had to muscle his opponent off, and shouldn't be too hard of a kick here.
Buller from 30 metres out, and he gets it. That's the start that Claremont were after. Buller gets his first. And at the 2-minute mark of this second quarter, 2-1 plays 2-2 here at Mineral Resources Park on the Westrel scoreboard. That kick by Buller rewarding a fast start by the Tigers on the KCA Site Services replay.
They really came out firing, and I think that Perth might be ruining those missed opportunities from set shots inside 50 in the first term when they were out muscling this heavy hitting team for a whole 30 minutes. They really needed to get a little bit further in front.
But you can also not give away a few undisciplined free kicks after the momentum that you had in the first quarter. It just undoes your work, but it is still early goings in the second quarter. Still anyone's game at this early stage, but Claremont off to a better start.
So the ball's back in the middle. Going up for it, Reed and Miller. Skew if bounce is going to see the umpire have to take it back in and throw it up. Couple of them today. Not sure what's going on in the middle there.
Well, it's not down to the hard ground. It's in good condition.
So they go up for it again. Buller got the tap down. Claremont managed to take it in. Rogers flicks it out to Mountford. Kick into open space, and is this going to be paid deliberate?
Surely not.
Based on the interpretation of the rule, you know, you could have given that either way. The way that they've been calling it this year in all forms of footy, and luckily that will be a boundary throw-in.
Well, they've been spot on so far today, and for much of the season of the WAFL umpires, they've done a terrific job.
We've seen we've seen some that have been closer calls than that be paid deliberate as they go up for it now. The tap's one down and was brought in by Rushford, who got wrapped up hard in a tackle by Byrne. Umpire will have to throw it up one more time. Miller and Reed went up for it. Ball pumped inside the Claremont 50. It was a high-flying ball. Perth collecting it now, trying to clear it. And a brilliant smother there. Will keep the ball out of bounds for Claremont.
Buller and LaFontaine, the only players in the goal square, so a long kick could see Buller take another forward mark, but Fontaine, he's mismatched in height, so he's really going to have to play in front of Buller to get the spoil if it's down that area.
Ball goes back in. Taps one down. Collecting it straight off was Rushford. A kick inside 50 and Buller nearly took it in. Now the ball spilling out. Perth clear it out through Connellio. Going up for the mark, Edmonds. Collecting it straight off the deck, Claremont. Edwards pushes it inside 50 one more time. Spilt over the back of the pack. Who's going to get there first? Clearing it out of trouble, Avery. And a really nice kick as Taylor collects it. Now taking it in, Sanderson. Got into a little bit of trouble. Managed to clear it out for Taylor. Brilliant pressure from the Tigers.
That's deliberate.
Deliberate has been paid well. So Claremont kicking it inside 50 again, and the mark is taken in by Bolton.
Well, Perth found themselves in a spot of bother there with Sanderson and Taylor trying to link up inside defensive 50. But the way Sanderson and Taylor were just moving around, allowing the Claremont Tigers to press forward and put the Demons under pressure, you know, you just can't do it against this Claremont side who are ferocious on pressure and aggressive at the general play.
Bolton, tight angle. Going to be a difficult kick, but it'll give them their first lead of the day. Here he is. And he's managed to sneak it through. Tigers take the lead. Perth 2-3-15. They trail Claremont 3-1-19.
Much better start by the Tigers as we see on the KCA replay. Bolton in almost the same position, the same angle as where Carey kicked his in the first quarter. And look at him, he gives the double salute to a big section of the crowd there. He's pumped up about it, and Claremont take the lead for the first time. And if you're just joining us for the first time, both these sides playing for the Pike Cup, of course, in honour of the father and son, Don and Frank Pike. Of course, Frank Pike, an acclaimed sports scientist, of course, famous for measuring the world's fastest bowler competition back in 1979. And also Don Pike, champion footballer at the West Coast Eagles, with 2 premierships in 1992 and 1994. So the winner will pick up that trophy today, as they have been battling it out for the last few years in the WAFL competition. Buller gets the tap out. Rogers, another centre clearance for him. In fact, not.
That was a beautiful tackle by McPartland.
And he's having himself a good game early on. Lucy, high kick to the outer side. Davis in front of Barton. But the ball's going to beat them both over the line. And we'll have a throw-in. Round 19 of what is now an extended season, 22 rounds rather than 20. So season will conclude in early September before the finals. Ball comes out to Rushford, hand pass over the top. Sanderson caught in a good tackle, and the umpire will call another stoppage there. So far McPartland, 9 disposals at quarter time. He's gathering a lot of the football in the early goings here. He now had his 10th disposal in this second quarter as Barton takes it out of the ruck, snaps towards the forward 50. Unkind bounce there to House. LaFontaine gets caught by Buller. What's the umpire going to say? And it's going to be a free kick for a push in the back. It's going to go the way of LaFontaine on the right back pocket. And this will be an opportunity for the Demons, for their fluent ball movement, to be on full show. They had plenty of glimpses of it in the first quarter as LaFontaine kicks down the line. Players fly high. The spoil came in from Giblet. Providing a strong tackle is Davis. What's the umpire going to say? He'll have it. There's been a few of those stoppages in that area. Two-3 playing 3-1. Tigers lead. And there's holding on. And the free kick will go the way of Bolton. The Bolton on the attacking side of centre. With options aplenty, he's calling for a couple. He goes across the ground and finds Tim House. Just good vision in the end by Bolton to find House on the lead. And House, if you leave him with a little bit of space, he's going to take those marks 9 times out of 10.
Yep, and he's the big target up front that they've been looking for. Came from the VFL. playing for Werribee. And he was listed by the Geelong Cats for a while, and now here he is at Claremont. Big target up forward.
He's going to kick from about 47. And that is across the face for a minus score. 3-2-20 to 2-3-5. The Tigers at the 9.5-minute mark, leading by 5 points in this second quarter, Luke Worthington.
Demons have struggled to clear it out of their defence for most of this quarter. But the mark's taken on the wing by Fisher. He's going to have to find some options. Struggling. He's going to kick it all the way back across. Trying to switch play and get out of trouble, Perth, as the ball gets floated out to the far wing. Inboard kick into the hands of Avery. He's stopping and looking for options. Claremont jerseys everywhere he's looking. Pumps it forward. Numbers at the contest for Claremont. And they're going to take possession of the footy. Clearing it out of the pack. Perth will collect it. Ball back to ground level. Looks like the umpire's going to have to bring this one in. Fighting hard for it there was Byrne. And this is the work that they're going to need at the contest for the rest of the afternoon to get up Perth. Bolton overran it. Ball spills around. Claremont collecting it. Pinballing around more and more as it's snapped inside 50 into a one-on-one contest. Punched out of trouble. Now running onto it is Edmonds. Edmonds put it through for Byrne, and he's hit the post.
Ooh, unlucky there for the Demons. Well, they were able to get one inside 50 back, but they had 16 to 19 inside 50 so far in the game.
Claremont now taking it back in. Chipped out to the wing, Davis. Getting directions from his teammates. Elects to go down the line. And a strong mark is taken in by Casey Nicholas. Pushes it inside 50. Ball just bounced past Fisher. Connellio trying to collect it. Wrapped up beautifully by Mountford. And it'll be a ball up on just the paint of 50 for Perth. So they've managed to work it back in there. Let's see what they can do now. Ball hit the deck, straight off the ball up. Bolton brought it in. Lim trying to clear it. Now Mountford, beautifully weighted kick, nearly found England.
Free kick.
And a free kick's been paid off the ball.
Down the field. And it's going the way of the Demons.
So there we go. And Brodie Gray is going to be the beneficiary of this free kick.
A bit of undisciplined action there from Claremont. You don't see that. Gray gets the hand pass out to Taylor. Long from 55. It's spoiled over the top and over the line for a throw-in. Taylor can kick those long, but it's just off the side of the boot. We talked about those free kicks at the start of the quarter. You know, you can't give away any undisciplined free kicks in the context of this game, because that one on the paint of 50, certainly out of order from the players. And that allowed Perth an easy chance inside 50. Giblet with the two-handed palm to Bolton. Clears the ball outside 50, only as far as Davis. Onto the left foot. Kicks towards full forward. Players flying. Free kick. It's going to go the way of the Tigers. There was a push out against Richardson. And it will go the way of the Tigers from fullback. Pearce. Sizing up the options. And another whistle has been blown. Again. It's 50. 50 metres. And some of the Red Leagues fans not too pleased about that one, but I'll have to go along with the umpire's decision as Pearce immediately plays on, finds Edwards. Edwards has got a couple of players roaming free. He kicks to the advantage of Barton. Barton takes the mark.
What a beautiful mark there by Barton. By Barton. He was the smallest man in that contest. Managed to get in behind three Demons players. There it is right there. About a head shorter than all three of them. And managed to just sneak in behind the paint. You can see him do that all afternoon, most weeks.
But the way Edwards weighted that kick for Barton to be able to take the mark running back. So this will be, for the Tigers, third goal in a row. From 25 metres out, straight through the middle. Barton gets his first, and the Tigers pouncing on a Demons mistake. They go to 4-2, 26 to 2-4, 16 the margin, 10 points at the 13.5-minute mark on the Westrel scoreboard. Another beautiful kick by Bolton. He's one of the smallest targets in Claremont's forward line.
Yeah,
but when he gets going, he's going like a stick of dynamite.
174 centimetres is listed at 64 kilos as well. So a small forward by every stretch of the definition. And yeah, really managed to creep in behind there. Plays on the half forward flank quite a lot. And you can see him most weeks at right half forward doing his job there, sneaking in behind the packs. And that's a big goal for Claremont. 2-4-16 Perth. They trail Claremont 4-2-26 as the ball goes back up in the middle. Taps one down by Buller. Perth trying to collect it. Thought he might have been held there, Byrne. And now a good tackle there. Perth trying to clear it out. Spilling out to the wing. It's going to be ran onto by Baldwin. Was pressured a little bit by Quill. Just missed the intended target of Spivey as the ball trickles over the boundary line. So it's going to be a boundary throw in. Right in front of the fans down on the other side of the ground.
Great section there by the bar area.
Ball goes back in. Tap went up. Perth collected it. Kicked it out of the contest. Going up for it was Stumps, and the smother is going to get it back out of bounds again.
Wonder what will Gary Moss be saying, the coach of the Demons, about this second quarter start? You know, how their momentum was brought undone by a few undisciplined actions.
We'll have to see how they respond to it in the third quarter. Ball goes back in. Almost taking it straight off was Reed. Ball spilling around. Claremont collecting it. Inboard kick. Taken in nicely. Rushforth, sorry. Kicks it in the direction of Manuel. Ball spilling around. Perth collecting it. And it'll go over the boundary line one more time. So if
Barton with a solid, strong tackle there. Barton's starting to really make a big impact in the second quarter. He was held well in the opening quarter, but that goal in the second has really lit him up.
So a boundary throw in inside the Tigers 50. Perth managed to get the tap down. Tigers on ball is collecting it. Held up in the tackle was Andrew Fisher. Playing on the wing today, Fisher. Hasn't been as involved as usual. We'll check the disposal leaders later. As collecting the ball and trying to kick it forward, but no options were there as the smother was made. And the ball's going to travel out of bounds on the full. So Perth really struggling at this point to try and move the ball.
I know it was touched.
Oh, so no, touched over the line. Okay, so a lucky break there for the Demons, who have been struggling to get it out of their defensive 50 so far. Boundary throw in right by the bar area again on the far side of the field. Perth managed to win the tap down. Crummers go in. Kicking it inside 50 is Rogers to the target of House. And Tim House is going to be in front of goal one more time. And he's just missed his first one earlier today. Kicked 4 goals last week, like you mentioned, Paul. But here he is for his first of the afternoon to give Claremont a bigger lead directly in front. Puts it through. Tigers lead 5-2, 32. Perth 2-4-16 on the Westrel scoreboard.
The lead continues to grow for the Tigers. They've kicked the last 4, and the only 4 of this second quarter, as the forward pressure again is rewarded with another goal. Tim House, magnificent first couple of games he's played, including that one against Subiaco last week from Gawanga. In only his 3rd game of league football, he gets a well-deserved pat on the back by the coaching staff. Man, the Tigers open up a 16-point advantage, 5-2 to 2-4 here at Mineral Resources Park.
Kicked 45 goals in 28 games for the Geelong reserves between 2016 and 18 to Tim House. And Claremont did a brilliant job to land him.
His services have been paying dividends early as the ball's back out of the centre. Inside the attacking side of centre for the Tigers, but Byrne will gather for the Demons. Up and under kick. Edmonds and Lucy. Lucy with a one-hander. No, couldn't reel it in. Sinclair snaps round the corner towards the attacking side of centre, close to the line. The Tigers able to get themselves out of strife. Carter over the line for a throw-in. And it's on the right half forward flank for the Demons. A vital 12 and a bit minutes coming up for the Demons. If they can get another goal to pinch this momentum back, we'll certainly have an interesting third quarter in store. But the Tigers playing much better football in this second term. Giblet gets the tap out. Players converging on a solid team tackle. Only gaining about 3 metres there. Buller and Giblet. Buller works it to the front. Loses out to Giblet, however. Did he duck underneath it? That's the question. As Byrne chips towards left half forward. And finds a target in Bird.
Yeah, Bird lucky to have that mark paid. That was touched off the kick, and I mean it even changed direction to be able to get into Bird's hands. So a lucky break for the Demons. Let's see what Bird can do here.
Well, he's had both sides of the lucky spectrum today. He tried to dribble one from the boundary line earlier, but it just hit the post. But this will be his second chance to steal one back for the Demons. He'll kick from 45 metres out. Starts right, it's coming back, it's through the middle. Bird gets the goal and breaks the Demons' duck in the second quarter. At the 21-minute mark.
What a line Bird took for that kick. That started way off.
He certainly did, but he knew how to shape it. He knew how to shape it as we go to the KCA Site Services replay. It started right, but he straightens, but he's got that distinctive style of hooking it from right to left, and it certainly has paid off.
Yeah, really good goal there, and he's pumped about that, and you would be. Beautifully shaped kick. Only at the last second did it creep in.
Even though there's no breeze to speak of, only a light one today, and that's allowed players to bend back their kicks. And so far, it has proven quite well for the Tigers. But the Demons got one back against the run, and that sees them back to within 10 points on the Westrel scoreboard. 5-2 playing 3-4. These next few minutes are going to be crucial. Giblet favoured by the bounce, gets the tap out to Byrne. Outplayed by Rogers in that contest. Edwards, handball smothered by Davis, Quill rather. Players going down low, but Baldwin finds the football, swings onto the left foot. Missing England, tries to soccer it from mid-air. Buller goes down, as does Fontaine. England swings onto the right foot. He'll kick towards centre half forward. Barton gathers, hand pass, releases Spivey, spins out of the tackle, a quick check side, finds Rushforth, loops it over the top. Where was that to? Only Fisher for the Demons. England regathers, shoots from 40 metres out from a tight angle, and I think he's put it through. Yes, wow. He has. Callan England gets the reply for the Tigers from almost the impossible angle, and the margin is now back to 16 points. Callan England, great composure close to the line as we see on the KCA replay. Good gather, shooting from 40 metres out on a tight angle, almost got bumped off it. But that is a big goal, and that makes it 5 for the second quarter.
Yeah, what a job here by Claremont. Kicking 5 in this term. They've come out firing out of the dressing room at quarter time, and they were not going to give up that easy. Perth threw everything at them in that first quarter, and you could tell. And now a big task lies ahead for the Demons on their home deck.
Those goal kickers so far, we have Buller, Bolton, Barton, House and England for the second quarter. 5 goals to only 1. Big turnaround for the Tigers. Pretty much a mirror image of the opening quarter last week against Subiaco.
Back down to the middle. Ball takes a strange bounce again. Umpire will take it back in and ball it up. Big men go up for it. One down directly for Rogers. Got the handball out to Edwards. Kick off a step to the paint of 50. Mark was nearly taken in. Good job with the smother there from Perth. Collecting it, Sinclair. Kick through the corridor. Just went over the top. Now taking it in is Baldwin. Out wide, Pearce. Pearce gets wrapped up hard in the tackle by Richardson. And the free kick is going to be paid to Claremont.
Well, there was one contest a few seconds ago where the Demons player did get a bit of a push and nothing happened. So I have to say the Demons were a bit stiff on that one.
Out far Baldwin. Managed to just find Manuel. Manuel. Kick directly in the direction of his teammate. Now he's going to kick it down the line. House is there. And now House gets the handball off and he's going to be gone. A beautiful tackle there. And holding the ball will be paid as the ball's now in the hands of Edmonds.
The Centurion, he laid down a much-needed tackle, and I must say, if pressure acts like that are going to get Perth into the game, they're going to have to do a little bit more than that as the ball comes out to Davis. Another whistle's being blown. Risky kick to the path of Avery. Manuel. Claremont on the attack again. Short kick into the path of England. Ball spills free. England off the ground. And it's out of bounds on the full. That could have been another freakish goal by England if that last goal was anything to come by. And the Demons will bring the ball back into play. And it's going to be Austin Davis from the right back pocket. Goes short, finds Connellio, originally from the LaSalle club. Good product, good place for young footballers to hone their skills. LaSalle. Connellio's kick towards left half back. Players fly. No mark. McPartland. Hand pass comes out. Ball's in dispute. Lucy provides a strong tackle, and so does Carter, but it's a high tackle. Free kick's going to go the way of Perkusic. Sam Perkusic from left half back will get things going for the Demons. Risky kick. Richardson couldn't hang on to that one, and it is over the line for a throw-in. Look, this second quarter has belonged to the Tigers.
Yep.
And what Ashley Prescott mentioned, the Tigers have certainly got the message. They're using the football better. They're getting first to it, but also I've been very impressed with their physical pressure in particular.
And that's what they've dialed up in this second term significantly. Perth were all over them in the first as the ball goes back in. None of the big men able to get to it. Rogers trying to clear it out of there, had his arms pinned.
Pushing the back.
It's going to be called pushing the back on Rogers. So this is going to be disposal number 15 for Rogers, disposal number 16 for Rogers, as he looks for options forward. Running around the mark in the direction of House, and he brings it in. Too easy for Tim House. And he's going to be lining up for his second of the afternoon. No, he handballs it off to Bolton, who puts it through on the run. Tigers extend their lead.
That was Bolton's second goal for the game, and again, the Tigers' forward pressure and movement of the football in attack is on perfect show today, as we see on the KCI replay. That was Buller who took that mark, but opted to go for the hand pass, finding Bolton, who had the range.
Caught everyone off guard there. Acted like they were... Bolton acted like he was congratulating him for taking the mark, and he handed it straight off to him.
Bit like Houdini.
Yeah. The VFL to VFL chemistry there.
Of course, both playing for Victoria, both with Werribee as well. Jai Bolton, 106th game, but of course, originally from Werribee as well. So two solid Tigers following in each other's path to the Claremont side. So it's 27 minutes played in the second quarter, thanks to Westrel. It is a 22-point margin. Claremont have kicked 6 goals to 1 in this term and are running away with it. The tap comes out to Bolton. Swings onto the left foot to the attacking side of centre. Was there a push? Umpire says no. Connellio a bit unlucky there. It's a 2-on-1. Edwards favoured by the bounce. He's going to go in board, looking for a target. No mark. Front and square was Guelphy. Guelphy got it down. Ball comes out. Edwards, would he go for the hand pass? Breaks through 1, 2, from 35 metres out towards goal, and just misses. Fine solo performance from Edwards. Unfortunately not rewarded with a major. But Ben Edwards on his feet. Good gather and good balance too when he's moving left to right. Good evasive skills from Edwards. Unfortunately not rewarded with a goal. 23 points the difference now as the ball's brought back into play. Giblet with the spoil. McPartland over the top, and the Demons are away. Kick towards left centre wing. Stubbs, no mark. Was he held on to? Umpire says play on. It's a high kick and up and under to the path of Buller. In front, no mark. The Demons have numbers out the back of the football. Back onto left centre wing. Stubbs again, no mark, and it goes over the fence for a throw-in. Important second half coming up for both sides, but the way Claremont have been using the football The advantage is overwhelmingly in favour of them. 6 goals to 1 in the second after being behind by 8 points at quarter time. Now they've manufactured those opportunities from those centre clearances. Rogers in particular, who has been magnificent. The Demons are really going to have to work hard on him to contain his presence in the midfield as the ball is close to the line. Good team tackle. What's the umpire going to do? He'll say, "I'll have it, thank you." We'll go around the grounds at half-time too. 2 other games. Subiaco and East Fremantle, Swan Districts and East Perth doing battle. Bolton gets caught in a tackle. We'll have ourselves another throw-in just by the grass verge and that second ground here at Mineral Resources Park. Fantastic ground in superb condition, and the weather you can describe with any positive superlative you can want. Both big men miss it. Comes out to Nicholas. Carter can't break free. He got the hand pass out. Edwards sidesteps, wobbles the kick to the attacking centre. Taylor. Hand pass out to Davis. Dribbles it only as far as Buller. Here's kick smothered. But the Tigers able to gather it back inside forward 50. Buller stayed down. 3-on-1. Avery wins it. Gets the hand pass over the top. A hospital hand pass. It was straight into the arms of Buller, who laid the tackle. And the umpire will have it. They'll have it about 15 metres from their goal. They've elapsed the 30-minute mark. Buller gets the tap out. Mountford. Great gather by Mountford. Shoots towards goal and is missed.
That was the spoil there. Just before it went over the line for a rush behind. So Perth, what can they do here? Just over 30 minutes has been played.
Not too long in this quarter, I'd say.
Final the halftime siren looming at any moment. Ball pumped out of defensive 50, and then Mark nearly taken on the wing. It's going to trickle over and out of bounds. So a boundary throw in on the far side of the grounds. Hands go up. Tap was one down by Perth. The umpire's blowing his whistle. What's he seen
high
here?
Tackle.
It was a high tackle. Is going to be paid to Bolton. So Bolton's going to have one last chance to put it inside 50, and the mark nearly taken in by Barton.
He had about a couple of metres of space on that lead. The Demons aren't playing in front of him at the moment. They need to get in front of the one-on-one contest. They're not doing that at the moment.
So a boundary throw in again, as Barton couldn't just quite bring it in. They go up for it again. Claremont win it down. Ball spilling around at ground level, going in hard for it. And
another high tackle.
A high tackle is going to be paid against Perth. For Perth, sorry.
Blood rule's been called.
Yeah, the blood rule has been called. So maybe that, that doesn't look good.
He got a bit of a heavy hit high there. And the Demons player, he is down on his haunches. That is Fisher. So he's down. He's going to have to come off the ground. And coming in now, a couple of players coming in onto the ground. Quill and Brogan Henry will come in. Fisher having to go off the ground. Not a good sign for the Demons there. Well, he's been one of those key midfielders who are essential in how they set up their entry inside forward 50. And so he'll get that blood wound healed up as he gets a good round of applause from the Demons faithful. But Perth, they're running out of time here. They would need one more chance to stem the margin back.
Perth from the defensive 50. Mark taken in by Quill. Quill looking for options now. Gonna have to play on. Kicks it hard down the line. One-on-one contest. Claremont now surrounded by Demons jerseys. Running with the footy. It's Edwards. And the kick made its way nicely in the direction of Miller. Miller puts it forward, going up for it. House went through his hands, and that's going to be it. The halftime siren. Claremont 7-4-46. They lead Perth 3-4-22 on the Westrel scoreboard. Paul Persing.
That was a mammoth quarter for Claremont. They really turned on the intensity. They put it on turbo mode in that second quarter. 6 goals to 1 in that second quarter, and that gives them a big 24-point lead. Bull has been magnificent, so has been House, Bolton and Rogers amongst those, the best players. Luke, I'd have to say that second quarter, it was all Claremont in that. Despite that late goal by the Demons, Claremont, they owe their lead to a very strong 20 minutes in that second quarter. The way they were able to outmaneuver Perth with the football and out-tackle the Demons with the football. Claremont, they've got that intensity going, and that's why they've got a big lead.
And that Perth group really struggled to get the ball inside 50, could not get it past the Claremont defensive grid set up in the midfield. Claremont did everything off the ball, on the ball, and that is the side that we saw for the first 3.5 quarters against Subiaco last week.
Claremont have got a big 24-point lead, the Demons, with some work to do in the second half here at Mineral Resources Park. When we come back, all the halftime highlights thanks to KCA Site Services and, of course, our halftime package as well. Don't go anywhere. All the halftime analysis after this on Front Row Screen Sport.
Today, we'll make sure the Millers pick the car they need and that they get a great deal. And when Abby's old enough to drive, we'll look after her too. Contact us today at Newtown Toyota. Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
Welcome back to Mineral Resources Park, where it is half-time on this sunny Saturday, this round 19 clash between the Demons and the Tigers. The Tigers, after a slow start, they turned on the intensity with 6 goals to 1 in the second quarter to lead by that margin. 24 points, 3-4-22 to 7-4-46, as we see some of the little kids enjoying the fun of a WAFL match day Saturday. Paul Persigan and Luke Worthington with you in the commentary box. We thank you very much for joining us here for this all-important game where the Tigers are needing a win to keep their hopes of a double chance alive, and the Demons desperate to avoid the wooden spoon and their 9th loss in a row. As we go to the Westrel highlights, Luke Worthington, it was a big first 10 minutes for both sides to see who had the momentum their way. But as it turned out, Claremont, they got things going right from the outset. Good use of the football, the clearances they were able to control, but also how much they impacted the scoreboard. Yeah, really, really good job by Claremont in that turn. That's the team that we've known all season. Ben Edwards, he's leading their disposals with 18. Bailey Rogers has 17. Ryan Lim's been all over the footy with 11, and so's Max Spivey with 11 as well, leading the tackle count for Claremont. They've been ferocious in that area, leading the Demons by 3 tackles. 5 tackles for Thomas Baldwin, 5 for Declan Mountford, and 4 for Barton and Lim. So they've been all over the contest today, and really solid work from the Tigers. Bailey Rogers, not only has he had 17 disposals, he has 6 inside 50s at the halfway mark of this game. So really, really solid work from Claremont all around. You talked about Bailey Rogers off the air with the matchup that he's got against Fisher. You'd have to say Rogers has got that advantage overwhelmingly with the way he's been able to get first to it with the centre clearances and get those repeat entries for the Tigers inside 50. Yeah, Rogers has been phenomenal, and you know his strength at the contest, and not only that, but his ability to use the footy as well as he does. Great decision making, barges out of the contest and manages to find himself in open space despite being in some tight areas that he's busting through. So really good job from Rogers all afternoon so far. Another thing that has been disappointing for the Demons when it comes to that second quarter, their lack of intensity at the contest, but also the way they're just letting these Claremont forwards get on these easy leads. Late in the second quarter, there was a kick from Edwards inside 50, 3-on-1 in favour of the little forward in Barton, and Barton was still able to get that mark against the 3-on-1. They're not playing in front of their opposition forwards and getting those easy spoils. That's what they need to do. They need to get more intense at the contest and play in front and stop leaking these chances left, right and centre. That's what Perth are continuing to do. They've done that for much of the season, and it's not making the job of Coach Gary Moss any easier. We saw the Barton mark, and we also saw 3 marks inside 50 from Tim House, who broke away, manages to
make himself as big a target as he possibly can with the lack of pressure inside the Perth defensive 50. They've got a really young group back there. They've got Kane LaFontaine on debut and, you know, a lot of youngsters in the back line. So they have some work to do, and Tim House and Barton, they've just made the most of it all afternoon.
Let's go around the grounds for some of the other games. We've got 2 other games being played this afternoon in the WAFL. Swan Districts at half-time. They've got a real head of steam now. They are leading 8-6-54 to East Perth 3-3-21. With the goal kickers being spread out for Swan Districts. Aiden Clark, Nathan Ireland and Braden Noble have each got 2 goals, and only 1 apiece to Scott Jones, Ben Maguire and Angus Schumacher. The leading disposal getter is Rowan Kerr for the Royals with 20. And at half-time at Leederville Oval, it's a little bit closer over there with Subiaco up against East Fremantle. The Lions leading the Sharks by just 14 points. That's a little bit closer over there. East Fremantle had themselves a shock win over Swan Districts in their game a couple of weeks ago, and they were looking to capitalise on that. They were unable to do so against South last week, but they're putting it, giving Subiaco a little bit of a fright at the moment. Hayden Kennedy, 17 for the Lions, and Michael Tassoni, 17 for the Sharks, and the only multiple goal kicker in that game is Hugh Dixon. He has 2 from 10 touches. Ashley Prescott will be very happy, Luke, though, with the Tigers' effort in that second quarter, because they knew they had to get a move on against this Perth side who took the Tigers off their game. But the way the Tigers were able to execute far more pressure towards the football and able to back each other up brilliantly from deep in defence right into the forward line, it's that typical Claremont brand of football that everyone wanted to see in the last 2 games that they had, which resulted in defeats, but also the way they've been able to handle the pressure in the second quarter, because keep in mind, they only have a win percentage of 27 in the second quarter before this game. They did more than just put the score on the board.
Yeah, look, a beautiful second quarter, and, you know, we've talked about almost everything to do with it. They were solid all around, and they have targets in the forward 50. They're barely letting the ball into their back line, and when they do, the guys back there have a seismic effort to clear it out of trouble.
And also it gives the Demons, you know, a few more headaches inside that defensive 50 as well, because those goals largely came as well from defensive turnovers, because Perth were not able to get anything going for much of that second quarter from the back line, and that's going to make Perth's job in the second half extremely difficult, because they do have the players in that defensive 50. They've got Giblet, they've got Connellio, but also Sinclair and Avery, but they're just not getting those, they're not switching it up enough. They only switched it up a few times in that second quarter, but not doing it enough to take the Tigers off their game. So basically, to sum it up, the Tigers have got it on their terms. The Demons just need to dictate this second half and get as physical as they can, but they don't want to concede any undisciplined free kicks, which is what they did in the early stages of the quarter to get Claremont on this run. Yes,
it's going to need to be, Perth are going to need a monstrous third term to be able to turn things around on this Tiger side, and they have the momentum heading into it. And yeah, Perth, a lot of work to do in all areas.
Let's go now to our halftime package, and this time, of course, Will Schofield, what an amazing footballer. He recently announced his retirement from football, a great career with the West Coast Eagles and Peel Thunder. With the help of OPTUS, let's take a look at AFL Premiership player Will Schofield at the time of his return to the WAFL and why he came to the Peel Thunder side. And remember, it all starts with yes.
I started my career here in Western Australia. I played most of my first year at Peel. It was kind of a good transition between junior footy for me and then AFL. It was that middle ground where I sort of grew up a little bit, and it was why I was keen on coming back here. I really felt like that did have a lot to do with me developing not only as a footballer but as a man.
So Hawthorn have done it.
Probably took a long time to get over 2015. When you make a grand final, you think it's the best thing ever, and then when you lose it, you realise it actually could be the worst day of your life. 2015 was just a horrible day. It took almost 3 years to get back there. 2018 was life-defining for me. My best mate was killed in a bike accident. After round 1, went to the funeral in Victoria. Pretty much considered not coming back to AFL. I had my first child in June of that year, so that was a real wake-up call for me, and it was great. Fatherhood, you know, changed me a lot. It was a huge roller coaster ride for me that year. Really feeling like my whole AFL life, it was all just gone, and I missed the opportunity. I was not going to get the opportunity to validate my work by playing in a premiership. I wanted that opportunity to, in my mind, validate my worth as a player, but as a person.
The Eagle has landed for the Premiers in 2018.
Having won, it certainly helped that, but I've definitely come to realise your value isn't what you are as a player, it's what you are as a person.
Yeah, well, really, when Scully decided to finish up playing at AFL level, I think he was lured naturally back to Peel, because this is where he played his football before he played AFL, and he felt the sense of the community down here, and he's got a young family. So, from what I can understand, it was quite an easy decision for Will to come back to the club, and yeah, we're definitely thankful that we've got him.
Like sort of any player that comes out of the AFL, you're exposed to an elite level of everything really that comes with AFL. Training, diet, mentality, you name it, we've seen it at AFL level. So I guess some guys go into coaching, and not really for me. I don't really see myself as a coach, but I do like teaching and I like leading young men.
I know he's really optimistic about the young talent that's coming through here at the club. So it's been great for him to run our emerging leaders program with our Colts and our senior emerging leaders. There's no doubt that he'll help those guys develop.
Do it fortnightly. We work through everything I've learned as an AFL footballer. So it's a little bit of a masterclass for them on leadership, but really it's about being a better man and leading better as a person, understanding yourself and giving you a platform to succeed. If the guys go out and get drafted, I'd be proud, but it would be awesome to see. But if they come out and they've learned something and they're able to be a better person outside the footy club, well, I've probably played my role.
Thanks to OPTUS, proud partners of the West Australian Football League. Will Schofield at the time of his return to the WAFL. And of course, this week announcing his retirement from football. What a great career Will Schofield had. 194 games with the West Coast Eagles, including a premiership, one of the unsung heroes of the Eagles' premiership win in 2018. He concluded his time with West Coast in the 2020 final series and, of course, came back for Pure Thunder this season, but unfortunately he has hung up the boots for good. But from all of us at FRS Sport and the WA football world, we congratulate Will Schofield on an amazing career. He certainly will not be forgotten, remembered as an Eagles legend, a premiership hero, and a hell of a bloke. And he's a good teacher and leader for those young stars entering the big scene in West Australian football. Go around the grounds once again if you missed it earlier. We've got two other games being played today. Swan District's 8-6-54 leading East Perth 3-3-21. Jesse Turner with 13 touches for the Swans. Jesse Palmer with 12. And, of course, for the Royals, Rowan Kerr with 20. Aidan Lynch with 13. And Angus Schumacher, who's been in great form over the last month, with 11 touches. The goal kickers, Aidan Clark, Nathan Ireland and Braden Noble, each have 2 for the Swans. And Scott Jones, Ben Maguire and Angus Schumacher, the only goal kickers in that game for the Royals. And down at Leederville Oval, it's a little bit closer. Subiaco 6-9-45 to East Fremantle 4-7-31. Hayden Kennedy with 17 touches for the Lions. Della Hunsey with 16 for Subiaco. Liam Hickmott also has 16. Michael Tassoni with 17. Jonathan Marsh 15 for the Sharks. And the goal kickers, Hugh Dixon has 2. And the others for Jonathan Marsh and Luke Stranadica. And Chad Harris, Hayden Kennedy, Nicholas Martin, Bailey Matera, Jack Mayo and Ben Sokol each have a goal for Subiaco. Now, of course, this is another round as part of the season extension for 2021 to accommodate the games that were lost because of the 2 WA lockdowns that we have had. There is still a game tomorrow this week. That is at 11:40, so it's a morning game. West Perth taking on the West Coast Eagles at Provident Financial Oval. Then next week there are 3 games. East Perth and East Fremantle, the Battle of the Easts. Old East versus Young Easts. Peel Thunder and the West Coast Eagles from Mandurah. And then, of course, another Sunday game. It is West Perth and South Fremantle from Provident Financial Oval next week. So these next couple of rounds are going to be very interesting in the context of the 5, because as it stands, before this round took place, Subiaco on top of the ladder with 48 points. South Fremantle, who've got the bye this week, a win behind on 44. Claremont on 40 points after their 2 losses in a row, and then occupying 4th and 5th Swan Districts and West Perth. But that'll change given Swan District's performance at the moment against East Perth, and with West Perth playing tomorrow that'll possibly see them drop to 5th place for at least 24 hours should the Falcons beat the West Coast Eagles. And occupying the bottom half, East Perth, East Fremantle, Peel Thunder, Perth and the West Coast Eagles. As we see the Little Leaguers enjoying themselves, it is great for the Little Leaguers enjoying themselves. A great day out of the football as Luke Worthington joins me just before the break. Luke, as much as we feel, very sorry for those over in New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland doing it tough in the fight against COVID, we're very lucky here in Western Australia that not just we see some great football action, a full season, but a full capacity as well. And we're expecting to see that in the Derby tomorrow between West Coast and Fremantle. But isn't it great to see those Little Leaguers out there having fun?
Oh, yeah, brilliant. And, what a great opportunity for them. You always relish those opportunities that you get. I got to play on the field at West Perth once when I was a kid, so very, very fun. It
certainly is indeed. We're going to take a break as the teams get back out onto the field for the second half. It is the Tigers leading by 24 points over the Demons, 7-4-46 to 3-4-22. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second half here on Front Row Screen Sport after this.
Today, we'll make sure the Millers pick the car they need and that they get a great deal. And when Abby's old enough to drive, we'll look after her too. Contact us today at Newtown Toyota. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Welcome back to Mineral Resources Park. We're about to get the second half underway, where it is 24 points the difference in favour of the Tigers. They really turned things on in the second quarter with a 6-goal-to-1 second quarter. Paul Persick and Luke Worthington with you in the commentary box. Luke, an important first 10 minutes here in the context of this game. Perth and Claremont, given their positions on the scoreboard and also how they often go in third quarters, could make it pretty interesting, but Claremont still with a big advantage to play with.
Yeah, Claremont with a win percentage of 80% in third quarters this year. They've won 12 of them and lost 3. Perth, a little bit iffy in the Premiership quarter. They've won 40% of theirs. 6-9 is their record for the year. So big effort's going to be needed from the Demons. We saw what they're capable of in the first term, and then Claremont just coming out firing in that second.
They certainly did on all cylinders with that, of course. So with Claremont getting more use of the football, they were able to move it freely and get a good flow from defence into attack, but also with contributions from nearly everybody in the midfield. Bailey Rogers was magnificent. So was Edwards. He got plenty of the football. Ryan Lim got a few valuable touches in there. But that forward line with the likes of Miller, Barton, England and House firing on the scoreboard, gee, that Perth defence is going to have to work pretty hard in order to get back into this game, because the Claremont forward line is running all over them.
Yeah, and we've seen, pretty good effort from the Perth defence. They are very young, like we mentioned before. Kane LaFontaine had 6 of his 7 touches in the first term, I believe. So, they need to get back into that form that we saw.
Well, I have to very quickly, because if you're up against this Claremont side, and you made a good point on their third quarters, they've won 12 of the 15 in the games that they have played so far, and a very good win percentage of 80. It's really going to make the task a little tough for the Demons, but don't write them off. They know that they can take it to the best if they put the effort in, because that's what it's all about. It is effort for both these sides. But Claremont, they produced a lot of that in the second quarter, as both teams starting to regather. Perth and Claremont are going to face a big third quarter. It'll be the Demons kicking to the Eagles facility end, and the Tigers kicking to the left-hand side of your screen for this third quarter. 7-4 to 3-4. Let us know where you're watching from, whether it be in Western Australia, throughout the nation, or anywhere around the world. For those in the east, on the east coast of Australia, keep yourself safe. You'll get out of the lockdowns before you know it. And I hope you can enjoy the best live action from Western Australia on Front Row Screen Sport, your number 1 in 2021. Not just in local sports, but also LED screens. If you need an LED screen anywhere in WA, just get a hold of Matt Williamson and the crew. They will do a magnificent job for you and your event or your business, they do it brilliantly. Those marvellous LED screens. And of course, best in WA sports, not just in ice hockey, but also in football as well. Paul Persick and Luke Worthington with you in the box for the second half. We hope you can stay with us. And on the Westrel scoreboard, a handy advantage to the grand finalists, who this season are aiming to go one better in 2021. And after these two losses, a big win here will boost their confidence, and a healthy percentage boost will do just as well for them. That'll be Giblet and Miller to start things off in the second half. And a crucial third quarter it will be. Tigers up by 24 points. Giblet and Miller in the ruck. Miller gets the tap out. It comes out to Edwards. He gets caught by Byrne in a good tackle. Ball's at ground level. Edwards tried to snatch it out of the contest. The umpire says, I will have it. Crowd back from their half-time break. They're really soaking up the atmosphere. They do it well here at Lathlane Park with the various marquees as the ball again comes out to Edwards. He clears it out of the congestion. Connellio favoured by the bounce. Up and under kick towards right half forward. Carey and Carter. Carey unfavoured by the bounce. Hardesty, good spin, gets the hand pass out to Lim, and now the Tigers can release it through a teammate. The kick towards the attacking side of centre. Spoil from behind by Avery. Allows Fontaine to get the hand pass out to Connellio, and that is a lovely kick out to Byrne. Just inside. No, it's out of bounds on the full. Byrne took a wonderful mark in the process, but the free kick is going to go the way of Lim. Started out as a rover today. Signalling for options. He's got Carter in board, but he elects to go to Baldwin. Plays on immediately. Goes down the line. 3-on-2. Claremont have the numbers at the back. Rogers, clever tap backwards to Miller. Miller goes for the quick snap. Inside 50. Taylor in front. Good effort by Taylor. Hand pass out to Davis. Immediately under pressure. Hospital hand pass. England. Davis gets the loose ball. Goes short. And finds LaFontaine. LaFontaine on left half back. Looking to direct the play to the outer side. He's looking for targets to his left. Perkisic goes back in board. Good kick. Connellio's away. Has a bounce. Kicks towards the forward 50. But it goes only as far as Davis. And rushes it through for a behind. No, it's deliberate.
Oh, no.
I'd have to say that when he tried to rush it, he didn't intend to go for a target up forward. So I'll have to go along with that. And the free kick will go Bird's way.
Wow.
So Bird for the first goal of the third quarter. He's kicked one earlier. And now he's looking for two. This will be the start the Demons are after. 2 steps. Oh, he's hit the post.
Second time today he's hit the post. How often did you see that?
Oh, you don't see that every day in football, but he's been pretty unlucky as Oscar Bird. 3-5 to 7-4 on the Westrel scoreboard. 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. The Claremont Tigers leading.
Claremont belting it out from full back. There's been a whistle blown, and Rogers is going to be the beneficiary of that in the middle of the field. He's kicking it out far and wide. Patmore was running onto it, so's England. Heavy pressure by Connellio was going to see him bring Callan England over the boundary line.
Solid tackle by Connellio there. He just kept running with England in that contest and never stopped his attack.
Happy. So a boundary throw in. Just on the paint of the Claremont 50. They go up for it. Tap went down Perkisic. Spilling around. Barton nearly ran onto it. House nearly had it as well. Barton nearly weighted the kick perfectly over the top. And Perth are going to collect that one now. Davis couldn't quite find the target. Heavy pressure from the Tigers. Kick dribbles inside 50. Not before it's collected by Stubbs. Over the top, Giblet. Kick down the line. Claremont running onto it now. The ball will be brought in by Pearce, and now spilling around, and a hard tackle there by Carter is going to see a ball up in the middle of the field.
even Steven start from both teams, the way they've been using the football from defence into attack. Only the one behind.
Rogers kicks it inside 50 and nearly taken in by Buller. Two-handed tap down, the shot on goal. They've done it. No. Oh.
You put the mockers on him a second time.
An unfortunate break there. And the Tigers with another behind. Perth now clearing it out from defence. Nicely weighted kick, but he couldn't quite get there. Handball went out in the direction of Sinclair. Kick off a step, spilling out, and nearly brought in by the Tigers. At ground level now.
Carter got a hard hit and he's down.
Oh, yeah, he did. So Carter is down. Let's just keep an eye on him. Bailey Rogers going over there to see if he's okay. And looks like he's fine. He's walking away from that. So we'll see a ball up on the far side of the field. Ball hit the deck. Was taken in by Perkisic. Heavy tackle, Edwards. Ball up one more time.
Both sides desperate to get it out of the wing. Tigers lead it by 24 points. Rogers again, what a game he's having, but he's brought down. Players fighting hard at ground level. The tackle applied by Taylor, but Claremont are able to get the quick kick out. It's recovered. The Demons are on. Alongside the centre circle. The kick towards full forward. Hardesty putting his opponent under pressure. Edmonds, he's held.
Yep, that was
and
held.
will take the free kick. The Centurion. That was a hold on. As far as the eye could see, the umpire in perfect position to make the call. And Edmonds will take the free kick. And this will be for his second.
So Edwards, like you said, the Centurion, it'll be a special day for him.
And this will be a vital kick for the Demons in the context of this game for the first of the third quarter. From 30 metres out, straight through the middle.
Beautiful from Edmonds.
That's his second goal. And the 100 gamer celebrates with his teammates. They go to 4-5 to 7-5. Just 3 goals in it.
Perth needed that more than anything. And they managed to take advantage of the holding the man call. And a couple of set shots they haven't taken full advantage of. A few unlucky breaks as well. Bird hitting the post twice. We saw that there on the KCA Site Services replay. Snuck it right through.
It was an effortless kick too by Edmonds. Cool under pressure he is. And the 100 gamer backs up East Perth's backs up the Demons' hard work rather with a solid goal. 4-5 playing 7-5. The margin 18 points at the 8-minute mark of this third quarter. Could this be a wave of momentum, or can the Tigers get a quick response? Quill slung out in the tackle. The ball comes out to Edwards at ground level. Caught in a solid team tackle by McPartland. The umpire says, I will have it. It's going to be on the ball, just on the left-hand side of the bullseyes. Rogers again. He's been a terrier in the centre, but Stubbs gets the quick kick towards attacking 50. The Demons have the numbers. Avery, Kerry, the hand pass releasing Davis. Couldn't get a clear handle on it. Players converging on the football. What's the umpire going to say? He'll say, give it to me. Perth have got it right where they want it. Tossed up. Miller working out the front. Davis gets the quick kick out. Claremont with numbers at the back of the football. Hand pass comes out to Blight. Blight towards left half back. It's a disappointing kick over the head of the contest. Sinclair gets favoured by the sit. The hand pass comes out to Fisher. Beautiful hand pass over the top, finding Avery. Goes with the left foot, and that is a beautiful kick to Sanderson. And Sanderson will go for Perth's second goal of the quarter. That's the start that Gary Moss was looking for, I'd have to say, Luke.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, he knew what he needed to do today to try and contain Claremont. It's just a matter of putting it all together. And, oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, it must have been a big noise from a big truck there. Maybe it's a second siren. But Sanderson, for the Demons' second of the quarter, to get it back to 12 points. from just inside the 50. It starts left,
Beautiful.
it straightens. Sanderson gets his first. The Demons back in the contest again. They kicked the first two. Sanderson gets his first. And it is now 5-5 to 7-5. Just 2 goals in it. Here at Mineral Resources Park, 12 points the difference.
Perth doing exactly what they needed to do, coming out firing in the premiership quarter. We have a bit of a game on our hands now. They just need to stick in it, make the most of the opportunities like they have to start this term off.
They've started off in disciplined fashion as well. They're moving the ball steadily. They're taking Claremont off that game early, but they have to maintain the pressure if they want to get back to lead, because Claremont, on any given day, when you least expect it, if you make a mistake against Claremont, you're often going to pay the price. We found that out in the second quarter, pardon me. We found that out in the second quarter. The third quarter, it's been all the opposite.
So ball back in the middle. Good bounce, rucks go up. Taps one down by Perth. Nearly brought it in. Pinballing around. Who's going to get it out of there? Was Reed. Nearly stabbed forward by Perth. Running onto the footy. Claremont have it. Kick went high into open space. And is it going to be paid deliberate? It's going to be a throw-in.
Didn't think it was deliberate. He was intending there for a couple of teammates, but it was just out of his reach, so good call.
So interpretation of the deliberate rule has been regressed back to the mean a little bit, I think, in this round of footy as the ball goes back in. Hands go up. It was one down by Perth, but straight into the hands of Mountford. Ball's dribbling forward. Nearly on top of it was Carter. He's wrapped up in a big team tackle. Carey was a part of it. Was trying to thump the ball out of there. Tap was one down by Miller. Bolton the handball. Brought in by Carey, and the big don't argue as it's pumped out of there by Sinclair. Into a contest. Bird was in there. The ball gets cleared forward, and let's see if this is paid deliberate. That's a throw-in.
Well, as long as they're consistent, that's what I'll say.
And it has been consistent this afternoon. Maybe not consistent with previous rounds, but definitely consistent this afternoon. And I would say that they are calling it correctly in this game. Ball goes back in the Demons 50. They've kept it in there for the last few minutes. Into the hands of Miller. Cleared out of there by Claremont. Kicked it high as House went up for the mark. Claremont snapped it around. It's going to be an intercept mark brought in by Giblet.
Giblet on the outer side. He kicks to a target. It's a poor kick.
Oh, no.
The pressure came
Stripped
in. Nicholas couldn't get a handle on it. Padmore, high kick towards Barton at half forward. Couldn't take the mark. Great pressure from Giblet. Barton follows it up with a soccer off the ground to the direction of Lim, but it finds Perkisic, and the Demons can recover. The kick by Perkisic finds Edmonds. 2 goals today in his 100th. He's on left half back. He's going to go back inboard and find Connellio. And they're going to switch it up now around the bullseyes to Avery. Avery's got 2 targets free. Has 2 bounces. Clever chip pass, obligingly for Perkisic. He's got Sinclair roaming free, and he goes in the Sinclair direction. 1-on-1 inside forward 50. Sanderson, who kicked the last goal. Sanderson's kick in the direction of Carey. Couldn't take the mark. Front and square there. Well done by Davis. Runs towards 50. Breaks through one tackle. The kick beautifully smothered. It's rode by Bird. Gets the hand pass back out to Carey. Soccers off the ground from 40. And it bounces to the left-hand side. It's going to be a throw-in, but it's right where Perth want it. And they'll contest it about 15 metres out. Another goal here. And it'll bring the nerves of the Tigers back that they had in the first quarter. The Demons have got the leeway in this term. 2 goals to 1 behind. Carey from behind. Buller taps it out to Rogers. Rogers goes in short. A little bit of one-on-one action there. Forward pressure by the Demons. So far, so good in this third quarter. Good play by Perkisic. Swings onto the left foot. 2-on-1. Claremont have the numbers at the back. It comes to Carter. Roves it out the back and follows it up with a high kick to a 2-on-1. Risky it was indeed. Avery taps it in front. Finds McPartland. McPartlin kicks towards half forward, no mark. Front of the contest there was Spivey. He gets caught out of it. Richardson gets caught in a solid tackle, a team tackle it was. And it finds the sanctuary of the umpire's arms, and we'll have a ball up on the paint of 50. Giblet in front, loses out, but there's holding on. Free kick going Giblet's way. So Giblet will take it from outside 50. Umpires instructing the Claremont players to move away from the protected area. Giblet goes outside in the Sanderson direction. Disappointing kick. Ball bounces favour to Mountford. He's under pressure. Hardesty gets the hand pass out, but just. Mountford gets caught. Solid tackle applied from Bird. And the umpire says, give it to me. The Demons are applying the pressure here, Luke. It's been a frantic first 15 minutes, and the Demons have got a little momentum.
Ball up inside their 50. Claremont collecting it and clearing it out of trouble. Big pack converges on the footy. Who's going to come up with it? It'll be Claremont.
No, it's a free kick.
Oh, no, and a free kick has been paid to the Demons. So they're going to need to make the most of it here. Pushed inside 50 to the forward pocket. It dribbles through and over the boundary line.
Plenty of congestion inside the attacking half of the Demons. Pretty much empty space on the opposite side. And if the Tigers are waiting for that long kick outside their defensive 50, they'll have plenty of congested space. So you've got to move it slowly if you were the Tigers.
They need one more. It'll bust things wide open. Rogers with the footy. Handball, collects it back. Trying to get out of trouble. A clearing kick, nearly made it to the top of 50. Play on is the call. Kick through the corridor. Perth have the numbers moving towards the footy. Avery's running onto it. He's collected and brought over the line, and he did not like that. Neither did his teammate.
Oh, it's on.
A few extracurriculars after the whistle.
It's a free kick because it was a sling tackle, and that's going to be in Avery's favour.
So Avery kicks it back in the direction of Brogan Henry. Taylor stabbing it through the middle. Good kick there, went over the top and was taken in by Buller. Clearing it through the middle, Claremont. One-on-one contest. That might have been a push by Manuel, but he's going to come up with the footy. Inboard kick in the direction of Spivey. Got the handball off. Kick towards full forward, and the mark's taken by Barton. Just like that, Claremont swing the momentum back in their favour.
And that was brilliant ball movement off the back. Manuel was able to set things up. The hand pass came out. And then again, that kick was well weighted enough for Barton to take that mark. He's had a good game up forward.
Barton directly in front. Claremont need this to keep the Demons at bay. Isaac Barton puts it through. Tigers extend their lead, 5-5-35. The Demons, they trail Claremont, 8-5-53.
And that's his second goal of the game, and that was one that was much needed by Claremont, especially since they had it locked in their defensive half in the last 18 minutes of this game. And Barton will have himself a well-earned spell again. What's this norm of kicking goals and then getting sent to the bench afterwards?
I don't have an answer.
It's the only crazy bit about football these days, trying to keep up with the rotations. But a good goal nonetheless by Barton. And that was a needed one in the context of this game. 8-5 to 5-5. It is 18 points. It's anyone's game, Luke, to be fair in this one. Even though Claremont were able to get a big edge in the second quarter, Perth have steadied the ship brilliantly. And that goal was not what the Demons needed. But it's still an open game. 18 minutes into the third quarter on the Westrel scoreboard. The Tigers lead it by 18. Ball in dispute in the centre. Buller gets it down. It's in a one-on-one with him and McPartlin. It's going to be a ball up on the bullseyes here. Plenty of noise around Mineral Resources Park on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Carey overruns it. Spivey goes to ground. Got hands to it. Not going to go anywhere further. Be another ball up. Plenty of fans, young and old here. Magnificent. Making a lot of noise. Quill gets the tap out. Mountford cleverly to Edwards. Sanderson rides the bump from Spivey, but he gets taken down. Another ball up, and a little bit of pleasantries being exchanged there. The umpire telling everybody to just calm it down. Working it to the front is Quill. Palms it back, but only as far as Mountford. But he gets caught in a strong tackle. Plenty of congestion again around this area, but Perth have got numbers forward, and they're leaving the goal square vacant. And again, Edwards applying the pressure early in that contest in particular. 19.5 minutes in this third quarter. It's an 18-point game. Edwards, up and under kick. Sanderson's first to it, but it's a 2-on-1. Sanderson leaps high. Roves it in. Did he drag it? Umpire says no. It's going to be quite interesting these next few minutes. 18 points the difference in favour of the Tigers as Edwards gathers, flicks it out to Baldwin. Baldwin gets caught in another strong tackle. These next 5-6 minutes, Luke, very important in the context of this game.
Going to be crucial, Paul. Ball up just near our commentary position. Tap was one down by Buller. Now to the wing, it'll trickle over the boundary before Baldwin got there. Big bump from Sanderson. Perth are going to need a big effort here. A goal would be the priority. 2 would be massive heading into the final term. A goal from Claremont might keep them at bay. Fumbling around with it was great. Stubbs, a big tackle. Umpire will have it again. Perth working hard at the contest. Going up for it, Reed. Ball went in the direction of Stubbs. He brought it in, and a big tackle placed by Tim House. Sorry, it wasn't House, it was Buller in that instance, who's going up for the ruck right now. Got a hand to it, went to ground. Mountford, Rogers, ball's inside 50, sailing towards goal. And it's just going to go to the left-hand side.
He's been a clearance monster, hasn't he, Bailey Rogers? He's getting plenty of it out of the ruck contest, but the way he was able to get on with the job and shoot towards goal, what a game he's having thus far. Pity it was a point.
Demons working it out from the back. Didn't get all of the kick. Luckily was able to bring it in. Stubbs wrapped up beautifully by Mountford. Can't get it out of there. Umpire will bring it in right underneath our commentary position. Nice and close. So, going up for it again. Buller won it down. Handball over the top, and it's gone to Rogers, who puts a wedge right into the air. Davis trying to get rid of it. Smother into the hands of Brogan Henry. And trying to move it forward was Davis. Davis struggling to get it out of there. Lim with the turnover. Rogers has been a monster all afternoon. Here he is with some space in the corridor. Even more space as he puts it over the top for Miller, who couldn't quite get there. And now trying to clear it out. Sinclair goes far and wide to Andrew Fisher. A kick down the line finds Bird. Bird, the inboard kick, running with it now. The Demons have space. He couldn't get all of the kick. A crucial mistake there as Edwards holds onto the footy now. Lim finding Mountford. Claremont are out of trouble. They get a reset here. Perth just really need to find the scoreboard, and this isn't helping. Ball spilt out to Patmore. Has space on the commentary wing. Patmore with more space, puts it inside 50. House goes up for it, he brings it in.
Simply magnificent. Out of the defensive 50, they were able just to keep moving it down the line, and Perth got caught napping in that passage there. The kick came in, and Tim House, he just kept himself in front of the one-on-one. And that's what he's been doing for much of these first few games of his career. He's a good forward. He can play in front in the one-on-one and take those marks. That was no exception. I'll see a big future in this kid.
House, a difficult kick. Former Geelong listed player. He's going to have to shape this nicely. Got a good angle of it here from our cameraman. Thanks to them. Tim House. The right foot kick, it's going to need a shape. Well, it does. House puts it through. 9-6-60 The Tigers extend their lead to 25 points. They lead Perth 5-5-35.
We're at 24 minutes in that as well, and this late goal, as we see on the KCA Site Services replay, that was one that could really be the sting in the tail in this game. Beautiful kick by House, just knew when to shape it.
Yeah, that right to left hook was just beautiful the way that he did that.
We saw Oscar Bird do that early on in the game, so maybe our House followed Bird's advice there.
Yep, maybe he saw how it needed to be kicked from that exact spot, because that was perfect.
We're at the 25-minute mark now, the margin 25 points. Both sides have kicked 2 goals for the third quarter. These next 5 minutes are going to be vital. The Tigers have got a good head of steam. And that's on the Westrel scoreboard, 25 points the difference. Quill favoured by the bounce. The tap out to Carey, who's pushing back onto the centre. Hand pass out to Byrne. Got the hand pass out, but Claremont had numbers at the football. Lim. Beautiful kick. Guelphy. Hand pass partially smothered. Bolton. He gets it back to Guelphy, but he's caught. Bolton gone, holding the ball. That's the pressure.
That's the defensive effort they need.
They certainly needed that, and they got it in the form of a strong tackle, and the free kick's going to go the way of Nicholas. Nicholas goes across the ground to find Davis. Davis goes back inboard. Sanderson moves it on quickly. And now the Demons looking for one more chance. From left centre wing. Inboard. To Quill. Byrne. Loops it over the top. Will gets it back. Kicks towards right half forward. 1-on-1. Fine mark. Fine mark taken by Reid. Reid in only his 8th league game of football.
Reid.
Exactly.
Very strong hands. This is a tight angle. We've seen one from just a bit tighter of an angle in almost this exact spot. Go through.
This set shot for goal could determine if Perth can stay in this game in the final quarter.
Big stakes.
From 45 metres out. Shoots towards goal, and it's across the face for a behind. Very tight angle it was indeed, but unfortunately big Jordan Reid couldn't come up with the goods this time. In the final minutes of this third quarter, Pearce in the left back pocket, drops it short, finds Hardesty. He's had himself a good game in the defensive half. There's the siren. Perth started off strongly in the first 10 minutes, but then Claremont got ahead of momentum back with 2 late goals in the third quarter, and they go out to a 24-point lead in the last change, 5-6-36 to 9-6-60. Luke, that second quarter was basically a quarter of 2 halves. The Demons got on the board early, but then Claremont reversed the fortunes with 2 crucial goals late.
Yeah, Claremont did what they needed to do in that third term. They were under the pump a little bit by Perth's pressure at the contest, and that's what these good teams do. They keep them at bay in times like that, and you can see it on the scoreboard. They're leading by exactly 4 goals. They've done the job so far this afternoon, and it's just going to be about closing it out now.
Only 1 quarter to go here at Mineral Resources Park. The Tigers leading by 24 points, 9-6 to 5-6. And we'll be back with the final quarter action on Front Row Screen Sport, where it's the Tigers holding a strong advantage.
Today, we'll make sure the Millers pick the car they need and that they get a great deal. And when Abby's old enough to drive, we'll look after her too. Contact us today at Newtown Toyota. Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
1 quarter to go here at Mineral Resources Park. This round 19 clash between the Demons and the Tigers. Paul Persick and Luke Worthington with you in the commentary box, where it is the Tigers leading by 24, but it's still an open contest, Luke. That third quarter, as I said, was a quarter of 2 halves. The first 10 minutes belonged to Perth, and then the next 15 went the way of Claremont, with the way they were able to control the game on their terms again, as we go to the Westrel highlights of that third quarter. It was still an open game at that time. The Demons got to within 12, but then those 2 goals by Bolton and House really stretched the lead back in Claremont's favour. Those 2 have been magnificent in that forward line.
House has just been phenomenal, and you know what a mid-season addition, or late-season addition, for the Claremont Tigers to pull him out. Just crucial to have a big target like that up forward, and you know they've benefited from it greatly today. He's just been non-stop in that forward line. He's a good option to bring out onto the wing to take marks. Kicks down the line, and phenomenal effort from him so far. Let's take a look at the stat sheet. Bailey Rogers has been a monster at the contest today. 25 disposals, finding space out of nothing. He's kicked it inside 59 times. He's also leading that category by +5 to the next person, who's his teammate Ben Edwards. So just a gargantuan effort, best on ground for him today. Goal scorers, Isaac Barton has 2, Jai Bolton, he has 2 as well, and so does Tim House. On the other side, Brent Edmonds has 2, Bird has 1, so does Kerry and Sanderson. Lone goal kickers for Claremont 2, Buller, England and Miller. If we take a look at the inside 50 count, was a little, I didn't get the exact number, but it was very close in the first term, and the gap has increased to +10 for Claremont, 40-30. They're leading that category. They blew it out in the second quarter, and Perth managed to close it in a little bit. So the first and third terms for Perth have been very good, but just not quite good enough. Maybe a couple of those missed set shots in the first quarter. We've been seeing a different game.
And that's a good point that you made, Luke. You know, those missed set shots, but also their scoreboard impact hasn't really been there despite their entries inside forward 50. And they've got good options up forward. They've got the likes of Richardson, Taylor and Carey. Carey's been moved back up to the centre for much of this game, and I don't think that's a good tactic. Carey is very good up forward. You've got to stick him up forward as well, because he is a valuable goal kicker. Maybe play him a bit half forward as well. Stubbs is a solid forward as well, but they haven't played inside that 50 for much of that, and I think that is why the Demons haven't been able to get as much impact on the scoreboard. Also, when they're getting those long kicks inside 50, they're not really going to those loose targets. They did for the first 10 minutes, but the last 15, it was completely lacking. Now, just around the grounds in some of the other games that we have got going on today, the three-quarter time over at Steel Blue Oval, Swan Districts still got a big hold on East Perth. They're leading by 27 points, 10-8, 68-6-5, 41. But, ready for this? South Fremantle kicked 7 goals to none in the third quarter, and they are leading Subiaco by 29 points at three-quarter time. That's right. You heard it right, ladies and gentlemen. East Fremantle, 74, Subiaco, 45. Could that be a big ball over? That could benefit all the other teams in the 5 if Subiaco get beaten.
Wow, that's going to have an impact on the ladder, a significant one.
I know a few East Fremantle fans will be happy about that.
Yeah, wow. South Fremantle, I mean, East Fremantle, the one team they're helping out is their rival. So that could help South Fremantle close the gap significantly.
Now, we've got a few good comments on our live stream, and we'll read them out in just a moment. Sandra Stubbs, who's viewing live from Sydney in lockdown, she says, "Go Tides, thanks for your coverage. In lockdown in Sydney, and football is about all we have." Well, Sandra, at least you're getting a good craving of live sport, and we're proud to provide it for you. So thank you very much, Sandra. Matthew Yates, Austin Davis is Perth's best player. He's certainly one of them, Matty, for the Demons today. There have been a few others that have put in a really good effort, but just lacking that necessary support. Graham, he says, "Thanks for the coverage, watching from Kalumburu and enjoying the league debut of Alex Pearce." Thank you very much, Graham. He's doing a good job in that Claremont defensive half. He started from the bench, but he's doing a great job, Graham. So thank you very much indeed. Keep them coming wherever you may be across Western Australia, or around the world. As we're about to get the final quarter underway, still anybody's game, but Claremont have got the advantage their way. They lead it by 24. And again, as we mentioned, the first 3 quarters, the first 10 minutes are going to prove vital in this game. That first goal will be a premium for both sides. No doubt this round of matches that we mentioned will have a big bearing on the final 5. Final quarter underway here on Front Row Screen Sport. 24 points is the margin in favour of the grand finalists from last year. Giblett and Miller. Giblett gets the tap out. Carey gets laid out by Edwards along the bullseyes, and we'll have another ball up. Not a lot of ground being covered in that first passage. Miller leaps high, gets a punch away. Mountford was in front, but now Fisher. First entry for the Demons, inside 50. They go long towards Bird. Lovely mark by Oscar Bird. And this will be the start that the Demons are after if he can get the first major.
Bird has been terrific all afternoon. 1 goal, 2. Those 2 points hit the post. One was a kind of soccer towards the goal from a tight angle on the boundary line. One a set shot, snap in front, and here he is, 4th time.
For his second goal, that is a mongrel kick, and it's hit the post again. That is a hat-trick of posters. How unlucky can one player get?
We need to go on WAFL footy stats and see how many times that's happened in a WAFL game before.
WAFL footy facts maybe, who knows, but very unlucky. But the Demons still have the football. Taylor's kick is a shocker and finds Rogers. And now the Claremont Tigers are on the move again. The kick towards centre half forward. House couldn't take the mark. Good gather by Avery. Gets through the pack. Sinclair in trouble, and there's a free kick. There was a high hit off the ball. And it's going to go the way of the Demons. They get a move on. Byrne onto his teammate in Connellio and finds Bird. Bird to Fisher. Fisher kicks long towards right half forward. Stubbs in front. The spoil from behind. Front and square by Sanderson. And now the Demons are on. The kick came in from Reed towards the forward pocket. And missing the hands, and it's out of bounds on the full. Free kick will go the way of the Tigers through Alex Pearce. This league game of football, as one of our comments mentioned on our live stream. And Pearce from the back pocket. He's going to play on and go towards right half back. Leaping high is Reed. Great mark. Hand pass immediately to Fisher. High kick towards the hot spot. Players will fly. Stubbs stayed down, but the spoil came in from 2 Tigers. And it'll be another ball up. Perth have got the first 3 inside 50s out of the 4 that there have been in the first couple of minutes. But a goal will be very important for both these sides. Throw in, they'll contest about 30. In front is Reed. Gets the easy tap out. Stubbs struggled to get boot to ball. Players go down. And it's a push in the back. Free kick will go the Demons' way. And that is against Miller. And this will be a crucial free kick. It's going the way of Carey. And a goal here could be essential for the Demons. So Christian Carey, who hasn't kicked a goal since the first few minutes of the opening quarter. If he can get this one, we back out to 17 points. He's a well-composed kick, is Christian Carey. And he's had himself a fairly decent season up forward. Carey, back in the side this week. He'll kick from 30. Starts right, bends to the left, but it straightens. Carey gets his second goal. Don't count out the Demons just yet. And at the 4-minute mark, the margin is now 17 points. 6-7 to 9-6 on the Westrel scoreboard. Luke Wellington, crucial goal for the Demons in the context of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they've got a whole quarter left of footy. One quick one is going to shift the momentum of this game more than you could imagine.
It certainly will, and especially with premium forwards like Carey and also Stubbs firing on the scoreboard, you could get the Demons side back on level terms again with Claremont, but it's still early stages.
Ball back at centre now. So we see him there on the screen, Christian Carey. That was his second of the afternoon, and boy, was it a timely one. In the ruck is Buller. Running onto it, Bolton. Wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire will bring it in. Perth with work to do. They only trail by 17 points.
Tackle count even as well, 54 to 58 in favour of the Tigers.
Tap one down by Claremont. Ball spilling around. Claremont on top of it. Rogers, another possession as he busts out of the pack. Over the top was House, nearly brought it in. House again, collecting it off the deck. He gets the handball off to Rogers. Ball nearly went over the top for Rushforth. And it's cleared out, and the intercept mark is taken by Carter. Pumps straight back into the hot spot. And it looks like the mark was taken. It was. And what a strong pair of hands there from Alexander Manuel. So we see it on the replay here, the kick inside 50 by Carter, and bang, had the defender colliding into him. Didn't miss a beat.
The Demons defenders just got caught behind. It's as simple as that. You can't be playing 2-on-1 from behind against a key forward like Manuel.
I'd say 2 more goals in a row from Claremont would completely put this one to bed. Here they are going for the first. Slide angle. And just to the right, to the left-hand side. Demons are going to continue here. They have the footy now. Kick out wide in the direction of Nicholas. Sorry, didn't quite reach Nicholas as it's pumped into the middle. Going up for it was Reed. Handball spills out. Fisher couldn't collect it. It bounces out to Lim. Wrapped up in a tackle by Richardson. Umpire brings it in. So a ball up just near our commentary position. Bit of adjudicating to see who's going in the ruck. Buller collected it off the deck. Richardson trying to get it. Rogers trying to make a big tackle. Busting out of there, McPartland. Ball keeps spilling around. Heavy pressure at the contest from both teams. Ball isn't moving an inch. McPartland clears it out of there. And beautifully played as the ball swings out to Quill. Kick made by Edmonds. High up in the air. And good job there from Baldwin, who got in underneath the contest. Handled it a little bit too early. Here's Bird. And the kick goes inside 50. And now with a break, it's Giblet. He scores! Capitalising on a crucial mistake from the Claremont defence. Bird busts through. Giblet directly in front. Keeps the Demons' hopes alive. They trail by 12.
That's one of those rare mistakes in the Claremont defence. You don't see it that often when they're in form. Baldwin looked to get the hand pass out, but Bird just kept his eye on it. Magnificent. But look at how Giblet just kept his feet. No, it wasn't.
Just evades him. Bang.
Oh, beautiful. But the way Giblet kept his feet there, simply magnificent. He can play them under pressure. Clayton Giblet, he originally was playing at full back today, but they've switched him up forward. Could be a big move to determine this game. And I'll tell you what, Luke, you get the hot sauce out. We got ourselves a real good one here. 9-7 playing 7-7. 8.5 minutes into this game. It is anybody's contest. Reed loses out. Edwards got the hand pass out. McPartland recycles on the defensive side of centre. The kick towards the attacking half. Carey up against Davis. Great play by Davis. Oh no, that's Carter rather. He got caught in the tackle. Fisher swooped in. He gets it back. Long kick towards the top of the goal square. Goes looking for Giblet. Was he held? Umpire calls play on. And now Claremont can clear through Blight and Miller. Miller gets it back to Blight. Clearing kick. Outside 50, but it's high. Yes, out of bounds on the full. It'll be Avery's free kick. Avery, is he going to send it to the hot spot? Yes, he will. Sanderson is one of the targets, leaping high as a Claremont player, no mark, and they can go and clear outside the defensive 50. The kick towards Buller takes a fine mark. Buller's telling him to slow it down. Buller goes across the ground to find Mountford. Mountford going short, slowing things down now for the Tigers. He goes back to Buller, just ahead of the paint of 50. Buller's going to go down the line here. Beautiful kick towards Barton. Players flying high. Avery roves it well out the back, but he gets caught in a strong tackle by Manuel. The umpire will say, give it to me. The pressure's really on both sides here. After the first 10 minutes, Perth have got the advantage, but will it be a mirror image of the third quarter when Claremont were able to get one back? Or will the Demons get another and further close this margin? Still so many stories to tell in this game. Miller gets it out the back, but a team tackle, and the umpire will say, give it to me. A quick update on some of the other two games that are on. 30 points of difference in favour of Swan District, 71-41, and 92-45. East Fremantle leading Subiaco, believe it or not. So that will be a big upset at Leederville this afternoon as Edwards snaps high towards the forward 50. Nothing but nothing. Out of bounds on the full. And the free kick will be taken by the Demons. It's going to be Sinclair at fullback. Sinclair from the right back pocket. Sizing up the options. In the sunshine, drives it towards midfield. Big pack at the back of the ball. And well played in the end there by Carter to set up Claremont switch. Here's Blight. Had to hesitate for a moment there. And finds Miller. He's had himself a good game in the ruck. Miller from the defensive side of centre. He's got Spivey loose on a lead. Fell to ground, it was a half volley. He gets bundled out by McPartland immediately. And a strong tackle. We'll see the umpire have it for a ball up.
Ball up on the far side. Perth a chance at getting this one out of here. They trail by 2 goals. Ball at ground level. Handball swings it out wide. Just dribbling ahead of Baldwin, who pushes it in the direction of Rushforth. And this is important for Claremont. And oh no, he's found Barton in open space. Barton making a run towards goal, and the mark is taken in the forward pocket. They've sliced through them.
That's Buller.
Claremont and Buller. A snap around the body is going to be needed to put the Demons in a lot of trouble. He's hit the post.
Good golly, the post is getting a workout today.
The point does make a difference, though. Perth now need 3 scores to be able to tie the game.
Well, if Claremont had got that goal, that would have sealed the win for them right there and then. So that's a lucky break.
So now Perth recollecting. Christian Carey holding on to the ball as long as he can. Pumps it down the line. Pack goes up for it. Reed nearly had it. Spills over the boundary. Boundary throw in on the far side of the ground. Perth need to work hard to clear it out of there. They only have Stubbs on the pain of 50. Claremont with a big win at the contest. Ball pushed inside 50 over the top of House. Ball spilling around at ground level. The kick from Rushforth has hit the post again.
Good golly, there's been a lot of posters this afternoon.
5 of them.
I'd have to say if the post could get a bit of a repaint after so many hits.
Ball gets kicked out of there and a strong pair of hands. Christian Carey again. Beautifully weighted kick over the top. Perkisic has it. Not 15, but the mark is paid. He's going to take a run with it. Ball's inside 50. Going to need a big effort here. Claremont trying to clear it out of there. Lucy. Mountford. Finds an option on the near wing, and it's Guelphy who's going to bring it in.
Guelphy on the right half-back flank. They're under pressure now, Claremont. They lead it by just 14. Kick goes high. Leaping out the back there was Giblet. Spoil comes in front of Rushford. Smothered by LaFontaine. And he gets bundled out in a team tackle. There'll be a ball up. The crowd getting right into it in this final quarter. 14 and a half minutes on the Westrel scoreboard. It is 14 points. The difference. And there's a bit of a delay at the moment. And now it's back into action. Giblet gets the second punch away. That was clever. Quill gets the hand pass out to Byrne on the loose. He kicks towards half forward. Fine mark taken by Byrne. He's got a few targets roaming free. Inside forward 50. He's got to go to the hot spot.
There he
is. And he
is.
goes in the direction of Stubbs. Stubbs marks. He'll kick from 25 metres out to get the margin out to 8 points. An important kick.
The biggest kick of the game so far comes for Sam Stubbs.
He hasn't kicked a goal today. Can he break the duck? From 25 metres out, he's put it through. Sam Stubbs gets his first, and that's the third straight goal for the Demons in this quarter. 16 minutes gone on the Westrel scoreboard, 8-7 to 9-9. We've got ourselves a finish on our hands, Lukey. It's not over yet.
What a game, Paul. What a game. We see the kick here on the KCA Site Services replay. Beautifully struck. Ball's back in the middle now to set back up again. 8 points the margin. Perth are going to need to score 2 goals to be able to get back in front here.
But time's their friend at the moment. Time is their friend. If Claremont can get 1 goal, that's it. Claremont only have to score 1 goal, but they're making it hard on themselves at the moment.
We're back at centre. Umpire's blown his whistle regarding
There was a
numbers in the Claremont forward line.
Yeah, that was in the centre and in the forward line. Manuel just needed to get back in centre.
Ball goes up. Taps one down by Buller. Running onto it, Reed. Kick to the near side. They're spilling around for it. Byrne went in hard. Tackle by Quill is going to see a ball up. Perth with the territory advantage. It goes up. Buller couldn't get a hand to it. Pumped inside 50. Bird was underneath it. Couldn't quite get there. Collects it off the deck. He's wrapped up heavily by Davis. It doesn't matter. A ball up inside 50.
Richardson's at the top of the goal square as well, so they'll be looking to kick towards him if they get the clearance.
They have it in their territory. Buller wins the tap, but it's going to go to Stubbs. Kick around the body into the forward pocket is going to go through for a behind. Importantly for Claremont, they have the footy now. The next few minutes may be on their terms. Lucy pushes it forward. It was a good kick. Out on the far side, Claremont bring it in. They're running with a head of steam. It's Barton. Barton still takes a couple of bounces. He kicks it forward. House!
Just magnificent ball movement from the Tigers. Barton just kept on running and saw House running back with the flight of the football. He's doing plenty of damage, is Tim House.
It's proven to be a difficult kick, the snapshot from the forward pocket this afternoon. Looks like he's going to go for a snap around on the left boot. He does. And he puts it through. Tim House has been solid all afternoon. And he extends Claremont's lead. The Demons now are running out of time. 8-8-56 Perth. They trail Claremont 10-9-69.
Well, the Demons would still have to get 2 goals, and there's still a little bit of time, only just. That's the Claremont's first goal of the final quarter, by the way, as we see on the KCA Site Services replay. Beautiful snap on the left foot. But it's against the run that Perth had in the first 17 minutes, where they kicked 3 straight goals. But that one could break that run.
It should do. It should do, Paul. 13 points the margin. Gonna need to put it through the big sticks 3 times to get the win. It's a big ask for this side. Ball goes up. Reed won it down, spilling around in the contest. Who's going to get it out of there? Rogers got the handball to Edwards. It's spilling around. The whistle's been blown. It's a high tackle. And collecting it is Edwards. Had Barton as an option. He's going to pump it forward into a one-on-one contest. It's spilt over the back, collected off the deck by Buller. Hands out wide to Barton. Back inside for Buller, who got called for a high tackle, to the dismay of the Lathlane faithful.
Yeah, they wouldn't be too happy with that one as Buller chips it in short towards the forward line and finds Manuel. Manuel has only come into it in this final quarter. He's played most in the middle. But in the first 10 minutes of the final quarter, he started to make an impact. So Alexander Manuel, an important kick for him here. The original product from Scotch College. In his 65th game of football in league for the Tigers. But could he say, see you later, Perth? From 47 metres. And it swings to the right-hand side. And it's a behind. So a lucky break for Perth. But I think that may just be enough, you'd reckon, for the Tigers. But they know when the final siren goes, they've had to do it the hard way. Nicholas kicks towards the bullseyes. Players fly high. Bird was out the back and makes a spearing tackle there on Hardesty.
So many numbers around the contest right now.
There is plenty, but look at the players from the
Perth
Demons
need
and
to get
Tigers.
men forward, they are.
That's what they're doing, and it could be a reward should they get this next forward entry. Davis goes through three. Good hand pass by Bird to McPartland. Torpedo kick towards the forward line. Great mark taken by Richardson. Richardson would have to get a move on quickly if Perth want to stay in this one. So Richardson, he's not going to take any undue risks. He's going for it.
Richardson, a big moment for him. This is his third possession of the game. He's kicked one behind. Here he is from 50 metres.
Directly in front. Low trajectory kick. He's put it through. Richardson gets the Demons fourth of the final term. And it is not over yet. 22 minutes into the final turn. The margin is back to 8 points. 9-8 to 10-10. It's a close finish we have in store here. Take us through this kick.
There it is, struck beautifully, just over the paint of 50. Let's say that was about 48 metres out. Got all of it that he needed. He was directly in front. And like I said, his third possession of the game has become the biggest goal in this contest so far.
It certainly has been, and it's now 8 points. It is not over yet. These final few minutes are going to be so critical for both these teams. Perth haven't had a win since round 8, and the Tigers are looking for their first win in a couple of weeks.
The ball is bounced, we're back underway. Taps one down, Bolton collected it. A heavy tackle. The Perth fans wanted ball. They won't get it. The umpire will. He's going to ball it up just by the bullseyes. Taps one down by Claremont, but Perth are going to collect it. Pumped towards the paint of 50. Spilling over the top and smothering was Hardesty. Clearing it out of there. Socked forward by Sinclair. Converging on the footy is Pierce. He gets wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire will have it on the corner of the centre square. 8 points the margin. Perth need a goal and another to be ahead in this contest. It goes back inside 50, but ahead of the ball was Rushforth. It fell underneath him. Ball underneath the pack. Who can get it out of there? Stubbs, a big tackle. It'll be a ball up in the Perth 50. Baldwin couldn't get rid of the footy. Taps one down. Busting through was Byrne. Kick into a contest. They take it in.
Oh!
It's Richardson. Standing up again. On his fourth possession now. Could it be 2 goals in a row to put the Demons behind by 2? Jack Richardson, for his second of the afternoon, puts it through. Demons trail by 2.
Richardson has started to catch fire, 2 goals in a row, and now it's just 2 points at the 25-minute mark. Lukey, is the heart racing or what?
A little bit, Paul, and what a famous victory this would be. A team looking down and out in the third quarter. To come back and put up an effort like this against this Claremont side is something to behold. 25 minutes have been played on the Westrel scoreboard.
Can't script a day like this.
How's this for an afternoon of footy?
It certainly is magnificent to the max. They've come from 24 points down. Have the Demons. If they kick another goal, it'll be a big win, but it is game on for the final few minutes. The tap comes out. Mountford is going to swing it onto the right foot. It's into the path of Edwards, but it's a 2-on-1. Bursting out is
Big
Connellio.
collision.
Beautiful hip and shoulder by Connellio. And it's a free kick. Well, I have to say, that is a fair hip and shoulder. Connellio gave it body and ball as well. And plenty of the Demons fans would be going the same way that you would, Luke. What and wow.
Connellio came off second best, and he's going to the bench after that.
He is. But Lim, he has the ball. He's wanting to slow it down and chew up the clock.
Claremont
He kicks
are gonna be
towards half
dangerous.
forward. They need to be. And the mark's taken. Running
It's
back with a
Bolton.
fly to the fall. Jai Bolton. This to put the dagger in the heart of the Demons. But a crucial kick it may be, and there cannot be that long to go.
Bolton has the game on his boot. It's going to be a seismic effort
Bolton.
from left half forward.
He's going to kick from outside 50. You can hear the boos ringing loudly. Bolton from outside the 50. He's
Shaped
put
it
it
in.
through. Jai Bolton puts the dagger in the heart of the Demons. Signed, sealed and delivered for the grand finalists. And look at them come around. Jai Bolton, a superstar at Claremont. And now it's back to 8 points at the 27-minute mark. Take us through this kick.
Shaped it from left to right. And look at the celebration. That's a man who has all but sealed the game for his side. And an unfortunate fourth quarter for the Demons. The momentum swung their way so many times. They made the most of every opportunity this term, and it might just not be quite enough.
Ball's back in the centre. It's going to be, I reckon, a few seconds left. Reed and Miller. Miller got the tap out. Mountford running hard. So was Davis. Ball goes to ground. Edwards, what a game he's having. So has Rogers. Rogers with the left foot towards left half forward. No mark taken. Roving it out the back is Nicholas. He gets bundled out there by Buller. Is it going to go over the line? Yes, it will. It will be a boundary throw in about 55 from the Tigers' goal. Rogers just off our screen there, just stretching out the calves a bit. Hopefully it's not a late game cramp. 28 minutes gone on the Westrel scoreboard. It's on for young and old. 8 points the difference. Tap comes out to Edwards, breaks through one. Hand pass partially smothered. Good gather by McPartland. Loops it over the top to Davis. It's an up and under kick towards the defensive side of centre. Front square there was Edmonds. Hand passed as soon as he got tackled. Carey. High kick, but it's going to go only as far as that man Rogers. What a game he's having. Rogers, high kick. It's back and forth now. The mark comes in, goes to ground. No, it wasn't paid. And that was Nicholas, who looked to have control. But unfortunately, he couldn't. There's the siren. Claremont have had to survive a scare in the final quarter. The Demons kicked 5-2, but that second quarter set things up for the Tigers. They had to do it the hard way, and the hard way was the best. The Tigers victorious by 8 points, 11-10 to 10-8 here at Mineral Resources Park. Luke, what a game of football. The Demons gave it everything, but the Tigers able to hold on.
And it was only a couple of missed opportunities. You know, 3 goals that hit the post for the Demons, a couple of missed opportunities in the first quarter, and that was the difference in this one. They turned it on in the first and fourth term, and it was just the second and third term by Claremont. They were too strong in those areas, and they've just managed to hold on against a Perth side that can hold their heads up high this afternoon. And I mean, they can, but they'll be very disappointed.
But what an effort. Like you said, they can hold their heads up high, the Demons. They put in a sensational effort against the grand finalists. And with Subiaco getting beaten by East Fremantle, Claremont's win is going to benefit them big time, because they will stay in the fight for the double chance. They'll certainly get a top 3 berth. but they're wanting to get second and first. That's their desire. But they had to do it the hard way today.
Yep.
You know, that second quarter was massive for Claremont. They kicked 6 goals to 1 in that second quarter, but they could only manage another 4 goals in the second half. Perth kicked 7 in that second half, and it could have been a big difference, especially with Richardson getting on the scoreboard late with 2 straight goals. But in the end, that goal from Bolton soon after, that put the dagger in it. And you could rely on Bolton so much to be a big game winner, and that's exactly what he's done throughout his career, and that was no exception.
Yeah, just that kick was something else. 50 metres out to shape it from left to right on an angle like that. The game on your boot, home crowd booing you, and he managed to put it through and seal the game. And a big victory, a character win for the Claremont side.
Especially after 2 straight losses to East Perth and Subiaco. It was a win that they needed to get, and it was a necessity for Claremont if they wanted to hold on to a double chance position, and that's exactly what they did. Some other players, they were massive in that forward line. I mean, you credited them quite highly. As we go to the Westraw highlights to wrap things up, Manuel late in the final quarter took 2 very good marks and was able to set up a few chances. Edwards and Rogers in the centre, wasn't he magnificent? But that forward setup by House and Buller, those 2, they caused the Perth defence the most headaches today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there was just, House was phenomenal. So many marks he took in that game. It was 7 that he took inside 50, led his side in that count. And 3 goals won on the afternoon. And then we can look at the goal scorers as well for Claremont. If we can just get everything in order. Giant Bolton had 3. That was his 3rd of the afternoon. Isaac Barton had 2. So just some key contributions down there.
Also, some of the leading possession getters for the Demons, if we can, Luke. There were a lot of people, there were a lot of players for the Demons who got plenty of the football, and they were effective in the final quarter in particular.
Yeah, plenty of key possession winners for them. Austin Davis, he led the charge with 26. Andrew Fisher, he had 18. Michael Sinclair with 16. And Christian Carey stepping up big time. He had 14 and also kicked 2 goals, 1. A couple of double goal scorers for the Demons too, Brent Edmonds and Jack Richardson.
As Brent Edmonds gets chaired off the ground, his 100th game unfortunately ending in defeat, but he played a very solid encounter, and Claremont taking out the Don Pike Cup as they have been fighting it out for that particular trophy for the last several years. Luke, what a hell of a game, and it was a pleasure to call that one with you, mate, because it had absolutely everything a WAFL game could want in perfect conditions between 2 sides on opposite ends of the ladder. It felt like a finals quality game as we're closing in on September, but it delivered on absolutely everything today's game.
That's why we come to the footy for games like these, and it makes everything worth it when you make the trip out here and get to see a contest like that.
Thank you very much, Luke. Fantastic job from you as always. I'll see you back in the box next week.
Paul.
And thank you very much to all our viewers here in Western Australia, throughout the nation and around the world. It was the Tigers victorious by 8 points in a thrilling contest here at Mineral Resources Park, and they keep their hopes of a double chance alive, while for the Demons it is their 9th straight loss. On behalf of Red, of course, our cameramen, our technicians, Matt, Ryan, and all of the Front Row Screens team, this is Paul Persick wishing you a very good evening from Mineral Resources Park, where it was the Tigers victorious by 8 points. So long, everybody.